How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another stream. Hope you guys are having a wonderful, beautiful day. How's it going, everybody? Welcome back, boyos. How are all of you doing? Welcome to another day of 5v5 1v1 Duels. Let me fix the webcam while I am at it. How are all you guys fucking doing today, boys? Dude, I cut my own fucking hair, but this fucking top just keeps fucking falling down. I'm hoping shit starts opening up so I can fucking visit my goddamn barber. He can clean me up. Actually, no. The guy that I used to go to isn't there, but still the woman that owns the place is also really good at cuts. She'll clean me up, dude. Also, my beard. I never get satisfied, dude, when I do it in front of the mirror myself with a fucking cut, you know, just fucking. I'm never satisfied, dude. I'd rather have somebody else just look at me and just like, okay, let's like take out as much ugly as I can. Like, you're pretty fucking ugly, bro, but we'll try to help you out as best you can. And they did quite a damn good job, if I may say so myself. How you boys all doing? Welcome back to another stream. Hope all of you are having a good one. Let me get the music back up and running, boys. I like this song. It's just so chill. Hope all of you are having a good one. And hey, get ready. We're just gonna hop into some duels right now. Logging on. And whatever groups are available right now are the ones that we'll get to play. Who do we got? We got ourselves Wolfak Alotus. We got ourselves Matux. We got ourselves Panda. How you doing, my man? Thanks for popping in. Appreciate you. You're serving the community here. We got Ben. We got Luke. We also got ourselves Gregorio, Little Skunk, Jesse. How you boys all doing? What's up, Glitch? How you doing, my man? Hope all of you are having a good one. Alley group. Yo, you guys are more looking to make alley group, horde group. Doesn't matter. On an A, as long as you have a group on an A, then you are good to go. We're gonna hop on our 5v5 character. And we're good to go. Need 2 more horde streaming on perspective. Yo, if y'all streaming duels, you can post in the self-promo on Discord. Yo, my link, pop it just so people could see some of your own gameplay if you want to stream it or not. It's up to you, boys. What's up, Jordan? How doing, my man? Down what server? Doesn't matter what server, it's on an A. As long as you are in an A, man, you're more than welcome to join. Horde Alliance, it really doesn't really matter. This song just sounds so quiet compared to some of the other NCS songs, doesn't it? Like, I like it a lot. It's just so chill. Wait, I think this next one is really, really good. This one's good, but what is the next one after that? Which one of these was the one that was, like, really jiving to? I think it's this one. Yeah, I like this one a lot, dude. I like this one. I like the way that flows, dude. So we got Boris with the group already. We need a second one up and running, boys. Where is the Seavarks, man? Where are the booms of the world? We are going to try to, today, stream a little bit longer because I do want the man of the hour, hopefully. You guys might have seen him before. We'll reveal when he happens, right? We'll let you know who it is once he gets here, right? I'm just gonna hold that one in my back pocket this whole time. But as soon as he is there, we are good to go, boys. Night King trying to make a group? Fuck yeah, dude. Thank you, man. Appreciate you. I really, really do, my guy. I really, really do, my boy. As soon as you get some people, man, we'll be good to go. Boris, 5-man already. Oh my goodness. Ooh. And as soon as we get a second group, boys, then we are good to go. How you guys all doing? Hopefully we're having a good one. What got you to level? Man, that's up to you. Matix, 5 Del? Awesome. I wonder if you and Boris are the same group. That'd be pretty surprising, right? Matix in here? Fuck yeah, boys. We got ourselves first duel of the day. That's what we're gonna start with. Unless somebody was in LFG, I can correct. Whoa. Black Recall, boys. How to set up? I'll tell you in a second, Devin. I'll tell you in a second. I'm gonna be a little bit more hands-on today, man. Alright. Garbage. Drop it down on music. I mean, it's a good song, don't get me wrong. Garbage. You know what we need? The duels mix. You guys know what's up. You guys know what the fuck we're doing here, and I love it. Again, let's do the same rule as we've done with EU. Only 2 of each class, unless you got like 2 Pharaohs, 2 Boomkins. You can have as many Boomies as you want to. Only 2 Pharaohs, only 2 Demon Hunters, only 2 Locks, unless they're Affy. Alrighty, boys, let's skip it down to 2. Like 2 Monks and right team, perfectly okay with it. You know what I mean? Which we got ourselves Team Blue and Red, right to go. We got the captain on Team Blue, looking like Thor. Everybody's seen this Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Oh, you got the big. Oh, you got the axe and the hammer. My man, big Marvel fan here, dude. But if you guys haven't seen the Valhalla from Assassin's Creed, that looks awesome. We got Lace in the back, Mortisa. We got Chakra going to be going up first as Elemental, and Sakura sitting in the back. I think that is Matux actually on his monk. That's going to be Demoniac on Team Red with Drakfist hitting it on the background. IXI, I don't even know how I'm going to pronounce your name. Looks like Kane might be going first. No, it's actually going to be Palm as a Fury Warrior versus Shockwave, opening up with a lasso eating the Stormbolt, knocking the Warrior quite a mile back, but looks like he is just not going to kite him. He's just going to kind of stay next to him, sitting on the Ghost Wolf as best possible. Going to be a reflective available for Palm in case big damage coming out of Shockwave. He's going to drop down wall. Skyfire Totem available, trying to get himself a Stormkeeper up and running. Does he get interrupted? Does not. Stun follow onto Palm. He's trying to heal us as much as possible. Might be going Rage Regen. Big and Rage Regen coming out. He's going to go for big blood of the enemy playstyle. Lightning Lasso trying to stop him. He's going to trick it. Blood of the enemy hasn't been cashed in at all. But Palm is looking very, very healthy. But the first duel of the day as Shockwave just tried to see if he can get the hell out of there. Still getting slapped around by a Fire Elemental. Shockwave is going to have to build a little bit of Maelstrom. Going to challenge, boys. No more Maelstrom building. It's going to feel pretty good. Stormbolt going to be tricking out of Shockwave. This is getting caught on a pixel on the walls. Palm is trying to see if he might be able to catch up to him. That Earthbind Totem is going to slow him down. He's going to just bloodthirst through it. Give himself a little bit extra movement speed. Clearing all the slows. And this is just trying to find an angle into Shockwave as the Ghost will just way too good. Stormkeeper available, might have a big lasso ready. It looks like it's going to be reflective for Palm. Lasso there. Not for the reflect. Does not cancel his own lasso with this one. Shockwave is going to have to try to see if he can juke away from Palm for a little bit. Stormbolt is going to lock him down. He is in Ghost Wolf. That is quite a bit of Ghost Wolf healing coming out. It's going to actually pop out of Ghost Wolf. Dropping down the Earth Elemental as these two are continue to tussle. Palm just hasn't taken any bit of damage whatsoever. I mean, there was a little bit of damage that was taken at the very beginning. But as long as this man stays in combat, as long as it's summoned for him to Bloodthirst, this man is never going to lose any health. Shockwave just having to kite away from the boy. Shockwave is just a poor man right now, just having to sprint out of there. He's going to get intercepted with that charge. Stormbolt should be expecting attempts soon. Stormbolt coming out as the last comes in. Gonna send Shockwave back quite a bit as he's dropping down in health bit by bit. Got a great big knock onto Palm for a second. Reflect available, can't really do much about it. So he's just gonna have to ghost it out of there. Just try to ghost Palm as best as possible. Palm might be able to get himself a Blood of the Enemy set up sometime soon as the Earth at least still staying in the game. Gonna get a stun onto Palm, allowing Shockwave to actually catch a little bit of a self-heal. But that's essentially all he's got going on right now. So far, while dampening isn't super high, Shockwave is in a good spot. Does play around the pillars as best as possible around Palm. Charge coming out of the Warrior. Next, Lasso, Stormbolt, Thunderstorm is going to be huge play for either one of these guys. This is going to be Shockwave trying to get himself a throw, keep up and running while Skyfear Totem is rolling. Reflect available for Palm, trying to stop, and it got a lasso a little bit early on. Stormkeeper is going to come out. Lasso to fall, trinkets out of it. This is going to be big damage on Shockwave. Big meteor down onto Palm with Capacitor Totem to fall. Does he have enough damage right after? That's going to be a big old execute by Palm, back to back onto the Elemental Shaman, trying to get himself a commanding shout right as he's getting approached by Sarukas? I'm going to mess up the name pretty hard. That's going to be Stormbolt as Saruka's trying to see if he can drag it to him. It's going to pop a trinket. Trying to see if he can get a slow onto Palm. Trying to see if he can lock him down to Fist of Fury. Not able to reach him. Going to be charged as Saruka's trying to go for a little bit of a roll. Is looking like he's going to be able to get away from Fist of Fury for just a second. Twisted Appendage is on and he is to eliminate immediately. Super low in health. Might be able to get... Nope. I was going to say maybe he might be able to get himself a bit of a charge heal off of the Monk, but looks like Team Red Monk Kate is going to approach Sakura's. It's popping in wall. No chicken available for Sakura's... Surakas. I'm gonna mess up your name quite hard. Touch of Death coming down onto Kane, however, as a big Touch of Death reversal. Kane popping in Touch of Death back onto Surakas. And that's gonna be a massive dot melted karma. Kane still taking a little bit of damage from whatever was left over of that karma, of his damage that he took. Big damage trying to come out by Lisa. Went for a bit of what is going on with you? You're sliding around everywhere. Pretty corrupted looking, by the way. This man is actually sliding all over the place. It's hard to follow. It's going to be a full stun on the enemy team. It's going to be Kane getting hit with a Mali to follow. As Laser is basically zooming around the map. Actually, in the air? Didn't even realize it. What's that little flag up there, too? What is even going on, Laser? What is happening? What? This man was just in front of me, disappeared. This man is straight up lagging all over the place. It's impossible to lock him down. Finally got to lock him down with an incap. Maybe Alexia to fall. Probably going to be tricking out Lisa. No, choosing to trick it a little bit late though, with Darkness to follow right after. Just standing in place. I've been coming out, but Kane already made his way out of there. Kane just needs himself a little bit of a hit and run playstyle in order to take down the Demon Hunter. At least like one of those abilities that either Lisa does or Kane does. is eventually going to force out Think from Beyond. Try to see if you can go for a Blade Dance onto Kane. Fist of Fear coming down. Think from Beyond is going to eliminate him as he gets the stun onto Kane. And down he goes. Not really sure what Lisa was doing. I mean, going for that much corruption probably was a weird move to begin with. But it looks like it's going to be Decapitator joining in. Looked like kind of he was trying to go for a little bit of a bow with Kane. Maybe. Or maybe he was just trying to stay mounted so he doesn't have to burn any charges yet. But Decapitator is going to be quite a game, though. Trying to get a slow down to Kane as Fist of Fury is offline. Trying not to get locked down too hard. There's still plenty of views on Team Red that could be going down. Decapitator try to see if he can just charge onto Kane. Does land it. It is to a disarm immediately. It's going to get a disarm onto Kane. At least he's denying Fist of Fury for the time being. Port coming in for Kane. Maybe a lead for Decapitator. Does not have it. But he has those raging cooldowns rolling. Trick inside of the leg sweep to follow. Try to see if he might be able to follow up damage. Kane actually popping in huge damage to the Decapitator. Is going to be going for massive heals here. Cast some Fist of Fury. It's going to stop the monkeys to try to dragon kick out of the Decapitator. It's just going to heal to full as walls available for Kane. Trying to cycle more cooldowns. Has Karma if he needs to. Might need to burn a Karma here. There goes that Karma into an immediate fear. But Decapitator Trick inside of that fear. Trying to maximize damage on Decapitator while the Karma is up. Mr. Fury is missing completely. Decapitator does charge back into it. Super low on health, but so is Kane. Could be anyone's game at this point. Executes, but Decapitator needs to come out soon enough. In cap does not have a Zerka's Rage to break out of it. Big leap towards Kane as Decapitator finds himself super incredibly low. Maybe a charge heal? Does he get it? He does get a smallest heal in the world as 11% dampening rolls in, but Kane getting the stars. It's getting the stars burst out of nowhere at the very end. That was disgusting. Mortissa is going to be up next as an Undead Warlock. Demonology. Looks like Kane is at least allowed a little bit of an honor duel. He's just going to go for a bit of a bow and just try to heal himself as much as possible. Mortissa landing, allowing him the full honor duel here. I think it's the first actual honor duel. There's still 4 people on Team Red to get through. Drac, IX, Ixie? I don't know, LX, IX, or is it Ixie, Ixie? Ixie, Ixie? Ixie? We'll call him Ixie, the Pixie Ixie. It's going to be immediate shield absorb from Mortissa, not playing the Demon Armor, Demon Skin. Mortal Coil into Kane, might be able to get a bit of a lineup. It's going to be Calm Flag into a Casbolt. Try to see if he can land it. Going to be a Kane bailing out of there immediately. Try not to get hit with a Casbolt to begin with. Mortissa is just taking a little bit of time to set up. I think Kane might be able to take advantage of the fact that Mortissa is kind of backpedaling themselves backwards. There's going to be a wall right down for Mortissa. Kind of a burned it maybe a little bit too early though. By the looks of it, it feels like they might have burned it a little too early. Kane getting having an Infernal dropping in his head. Big cooldowns coming out for Mortissa. Perfect opportunity for Kane to maybe go for a big Karma onto those Casbolts. That's going to be the Karma reversal onto Casbolt. Just not looking that good right now as Kane just unloading even. Huh? I felt like that Warlock died too fast. Is that just me? Well, that happened. That's going to be first duel of the NA, boys. Let's get another one going, boys, yeah? Let's get another one going, boys. Do we have another group, or do we skew the same boys? How are we feeling, boys? How are we feeling? Did it touch a death him or something? He just melted. He just fell apart so quickly. I don't understand. US is in the 119? Really? 220? Wow. And they have been so ahead in terms of the amount of games we've had on here than EU. It's been kind of crazy. Sorry for that, boys. 2 more alliance and go. Alrighty, boys. We need more alliance for Lotus. If you guys want to join any of the 5 5 groups, super easy. Right now we're doing them on NA. So you go to Player vs. Player, Premium Group, Custom PvP on Horde or Alliance. Find a group. Type number 5. Not 4. Number 5. Enter and you'll find a 5v5 1v1 group available on Alliance and or Horde. Join them. I'll add the lead on Real ID. I'll queue them against the group that's available. Boris still full group is up. We'll give it like a 30 seconds. If we don't get another group up and running, we'll get my Chicks and Boris going up again. Yeah? Chill Pills and Frost DK, so that video. Hell yeah, dude. What's up, Chill Pills? How you doing, my man? You mind please Labney? Yo, boys, you gotta join or make your own groups. You can also make your own groups with it. If you don't see a group that's up and running, you can always just do what is it? Start a group, call it something like 5v5 1v1 Duels. I can't spell Dalaran. And you're good to go. That's all it takes. Grab 4 people into your group, have your lead, hit me up either in chat or real ID. I'll add you and I'll queue against somebody up. If you guys have a group and you want to advertise it, we are doing Saturdays are on NA. So if you're NA, Alliance or Horde, just look to the chat, see if anybody's advertising. People will be like, yo, we need a couple more Alliance, a couple more Horde, whatever you got going on, so you can hop on alt or whatever. What coming will I choose? Venthyr, easily, just for the looks, dude. I don't know. I think Venthyr for now, but I do want to test out the other ones in terms of abilities. But it doesn't seem like one or the other is better for rogues. So honestly, I might just do Venthyr. The dot seems really cool with the poisons. Yo, Dalaran, what's up, Will? How you doing, man? Hope you are having a good one, my boy. But yeah, that one doesn't look bad at all. It means that I have to use it in the opener, so you can cheap shot in the opener, but that's fine. That's fine. I gotta get my cooldowns that are up and running as Outlaw anyway. I can open up with that, what is it, Slaughter? Into a slice and dice, Murphy stun, pew, and just go for like a big burst right after. It really won't feel that bad, I don't think, unless the other abilities are a lot better, which we'll have to wait and see. You know what I mean? But yeah, maybe they'll rework Slaughter because I like the ability, but it's like having to use it and then only 5-minute duration in PvP in the opener would feel a little awkward. But it is a passive though. I'm on Affliction Warlock right now. Avi is looking really good. For Shadowlands though, Affliction is actually looking very solid for Shadowlands. You know what I mean? Like, we actually tried it on stream. I need to make a full video on Warlocks and how they play in Shadowlands. I guess essentially I don't need to do one for Demonology or Destruction. I mean, I guess I can like play those specs. Yeah, I'll do it. I'll do all three. I'll do all three. But it will be the highlight will be Affliction because that spec feels really good to play. My god, the buttons you press and the talents you can run now because of the Malefic Rapture ability feels so good. Join the dark side as Alliance. I only have one Alliance character, dude. And it's a cool Tyrion made to look like me. That's all he does at this point. In my group, yeah, go for it, boys. Almost have a new group. Alright, my chick, sounds good, my man. If we get a new one before we get someone else with the group, we'll just queue you versus Boris back up. How does that sound, my guy? The 2 Alliance groups of 3 people? Lol, dude. Unluck. You guys more to join. Get your friends to join, dude. We need that boom in our life, man. Where's Boom at? Where's Seawork at? Actually, where is Seawork? Is he like... Because I don't think that guy's back to school yet or nothing, right? With everything else being closed? Sounds good to me? Aye, man. What do we have? We also need 1 to join in. And then boom whenever he gets on. And then body count. Dude, so many people didn't like body counts Blood of the Enemy playstyle because it's just like, as long as you trinket against him, you're dead. If you ever trinket against body count, you're done. You're done. That's it. You're done. And Blood of the Enemy is 1.5 minute cooldown while you trinket is a 2 minute cooldown. So unless you're a class with like bark skin or something and you can pre-bark that big burst, like that's it, man. Yeah, you're awesome. What's up, Wolf? How you doing, my man? Hope you're having a good one, my dude. 1 more to go for Alliance. Hell yeah, Lotus. Hell yeah. We're waiting, boys. What are you doing, chat? Hope all of you are having a good one, boys. It's perfect opportunity to get all my coughs out and have some drink. 1 more in Horde? Awesome. Yeah, if you guys got groups, feel free to advertise them in chat. What is your main alt at the moment? I'd say my Shaman. I don't really have a main alt right now, or at least I don't really play a lot of classes besides my Rogue and BFA. Well, I play a lot of it. I guess my main alt is gonna be my Rogue and Shadowlands. I don't really know. But prior to this, I guess my second most geared alt was my Shaman, but it's not like I ended up playing that guy too much. Night King is back? Ready? Alright, we're gonna get Boris versus Night King in here. I'm fine to go again. It's okay, we got the Night King here. Since Matux was looking for people either way. And we'll start mixed matching, you guys. Hope the mage specs are good in PvP and Shadowlands, because fire doesn't feel good at the moment. Fire in BFA doesn't feel good, or fire in Shadowlands doesn't look good. Which one do you mean? Yeah, mages are getting a bit of a PvP nerf. Or maybe they kind of needed it. One of the things they're doing is capping like how many greater pyros they can chuck out, which I'm okay with, because I felt like, well, you a fire mage or a greater pyro mage? I don't know. I don't know. But I don't think it's all that bad. What's up, Don? What's up, Ryan? Hope you're having a good one, fam. How you doing, my dude? Hope you are having a good one. Alright, we got a brand new group, boys. Dude, I swear I got it. I'm getting all my coughs out now before they hit me during the duel. Switch. What do we got? We got ourselves Demoniac on Team Blue with Drag Fist and a swapping around the Mog. Look at you! It actually looks kind of good with a fist and the Mog and that anime looking flowing hair. That actually doesn't look that bad. We got Ixie in the back as a Warlock with Kane, as well as Palm as a Fury Warrior versus Acid Trips. Is it Acid Rip? No, it's Acid Trips as, I'm gonna say an assassination wrong. Let's just subtlety, that would feel great. Brandon here as a Boomkin. Oh no, as a Feral, swapping it around. Chill Pills as a Frost DK. Garen as well in the background with Kurumi as a Demon Hunter, looking pretty corrupted. It's gonna be Garen first up as a Survival Hunter, landing the traps, and looks like Drag Fist, the man with that, what would you call it, Garmin hair? Shampoo? The Head and Shoulders commercial guy, dude. Popping off versus Garen is going to be eating a steel trap. Actually, no. Walking out of steel trap like it's nothing. That's going to be harpooned by Garen. Actually juking out Dragfist completely. That's going to be defensive out of Drak. Maybe a little bit too early though. Stun coming out as Garen is trying to see if he might be able to get the Dragfist, knocking him out in the open with a grenade into a freezing trap. This man is just being played like a fiddle. Maledict to follow as a Crucible comes out. Drak tried to see if he might be able to get a Karma onto Garen. Is he going to be able to? Does land the Karma, and that was at least actually for a second a feint death from Garen. Trying to see if he can juke out that Karma. That Maledict has actually prevented Drak from healing a lot. Needs to find himself a better position. Harpoon coming out, but Garen cannot find himself a heal at all. It looks like Garen played him like a fiddle. That was actually such a good explosive trap. It just came in with damage immediately. He knew where the man was gonna go. He got in his head. Here's a Survival Hunter. It's gonna be Ixie up next. Playing, I think it was what looks like a Destruction Warlock. Setting up a Demonic Gateway and everything. Looks like Garen and Ixie are let's give each other a little bit of an honor deal. Ixie and Garen exchanging dots while in the open. Garen backing up before Ixie can really get the ramp rolling. Used to go and dot up the pet as best possible. Looks like they do have a Havoc. Looking to get a little bit of Mortal Coil. Looks like Ixie is lagging just a little bit. That, or if it's me, these guys looking like a little slidey. Ixie dropping down the floor next to Garen. It's going to be feint death for a second into a freezing trap. And a trinket has been used by Ixie a little bit early. So they are actually just kind of caught out in the middle without a paddle. Gonna be Void Elf Racial coming out for Garen, covering large distances without Void Racial, not letting Ixie really get any advantage whatsoever. Caught himself the slowest or the smallest of heals possible. Looks like Ixie is the one lagging here a little bit. I mean, I can't really tell. Shadow Feeder around the corner. Garen is gonna get stunned up. Infernal doing a little bit of passive damage as Ixie is just trying to find himself a better angle. Infernal down, Ixie down, and cooldown still. Playing Destruction Warlock, so that's a lot of damage available. Mass range Mongoose Bites are coming out for Garen. Ixie's actually obliterated Ixie from afar. The Mongoose Bites are actually doing huge damage. Double Mortal Coil giving Fixie plenty of self heals with a double Cannibal back to back into Garen. Taking a lot of damage here in the opener. Having to go for Exhilaration. Might be enough to survive the damage output from Warlock. The pet Succubus getting caught in a freezing trap instead of Ixie. Not really sure if that's what he meant to go. If he meant to trap the pet or not. I highly doubt it. Mally going up onto Ixie as Garen trying to get up close. Succubus is seen to fall, and Mally's still rolling to Ixie. But he is the one in control now with the Fear to fall into Garen, trying to get an Immolate up and running. Going to be feint death by Garen. Trying to see if he max range Fear. Does max range the Fear. Getting away before the Cannibal really starts to do a lot of pressure. Ixie is super tanky in this setup versus Garen right now. He does get himself a Medic Bandage at least. There's going to be some recovery. So Garen is at least able to go for that big hit and run play style. Has the Bear Trap available, the Steel Trap in the back. Not really sure. Maybe he's just trying to use it for the pet. Freezing Trap under the pet. That was meant to do. That was meant to happen. Harpoon onto Ixie as another Mortal Coil coming out with the Havoc. Cannibal to follow onto Garen. Fear to lock him back down. It's going to feint death at the last second. And I believe he actually might have reduced that Cannibal damage down to 99% reduction. Fear to fall into Garen again. Does get a knockback onto Ixie, preventing him from finishing that cast. It looks like that tried to be a Shadow stun from Ixie. Look at very bad on health, and down he goes. It looks like he tried to Shadow Fury Garen, but Garen might have actually outranged it. I might have actually missed it completely. Cade popping it with the big damage onto Garen, into Alexium, trying to make that touch of death work. Might be a Turtle Shell coming out for Garen here. Huge damage. Never really had a chance with that lockdown. Touch of death into Alexium was perfect. Too much damage. Wasn't even able to get a global out. I don't know if he has a pet sack or anything available. Pretty sure he used that pet sack against fighting Ixie. just being able to reduce the damage of all those chaos bolts, or immune them essentially, or that'll reduce them. Either way, Acid Trip is going to be up next, playing the Assassination, trying to get some big damage into Kane. Got a Vendetta rolling up, and it's going to be Vanish with the Cloak of Shadows. Kane trying to see if he can AoE him out. Sounds Vendetta rolling, still has Karma available because he didn't have to use it on Garen. So Acid Trips is really in a bad spot. Popped every defensive from Cloak of Shadows, 2 evasion, 2 Vanish. Tried to reopen it to Kane. Just have a strong opener, big bike damage coming out. Should be expecting a Karma unless he gets the kill right here. Oh my goodness. Acid Trip just found the burst he needed in order to prevent the damage of the Karma. Instant blind and demoniac as he's playing that sub rogue. It's a trinket, but the bike knocks him almost out. Gonna be a little more Shadow Strike damage the demoniac needs. Acid Trip still getting around him. Blood of the enemy coming out for demoniac. No trinket available. And it looks like Acid Trips might have been able to get away scot-free. The crippling poison from Acid Trips is huge. Demoniac, I think, oh no, he does catch him with a Shadow Strike. Acid, does he have anything left? It looks like with a couple backstabs, that's all he's got. It looked like Acid actually had himself such a good setup. Such an incredible go. And it just didn't quite pan out. Blind onto Brandon. Evasion coming out for Demoniac. Acid trying to see if he can get around the damage of Brandon. Trying to get some Shadow Strikes going. No more blood of the enemy here. No more blind available either. Is going to vanish out of this immediately. Shadow Stepper past Brandon just to see if he might be able to get past him. It looks like Brandon is going to take this one as easy as possible. Demoniac actually catch himself without any. What? Are you seriously going to corrupt him? No way. He's going for a corruption strat, dude. I've never seen this in duels. I've never seen this. Brandon right now is just CC'd in a puddle. His corruption is building to critical levels. Think from beyond attack. And does he one-shot with the corruption? Almost one-shots him with the corruption. Brandon's corruption finds the sides, but he's got melted in a corruption cheese. He just, oh my god, that was super extra cheesy. That's like triple cheese, dude. You have Swiss cheese, you have Havarti in there, and then you got some provolone on top of that. What is that cheese, dude? I've never seen this in the 5v5 1v1 duels ever. And Demoniac, that trinket, boys, is on a 1 minute cooldown. He can pop a sap on somebody, throw a trinket on him, re-stealth, sap again. It doesn't put you in combat. Then you could blind him, kidney shot him, tube shot him, whatever. And especially Kurumi, look at the Kurumi. He's a little bit blue looking. Kurumi is looking a little bit of blue. And Demonic can turn that blue into red pretty quick. When you're in the red, you take more damage, do less healing to yourself. And it's just, oh, he's going for it again. Oh, he trinkets out of it into a stab. He actually can't get out. He actually can't even trinket the kidney shot or nothing. Look how blue he's gotten. He's going to be turning red in just a little bit. The longer he stays in a puddle, big bite coming out. Any one of those abilities right now could force out a thing from beyond. Hasn't gotten in the red, so he didn't have the most amount of corruption. But he's still in a critical position. The more damage he does, the more chance he has of making the eye happen. Big bike back onto Demoniac as darkness came down for Kurumi. It looks like Kurumi might have actually been able to get lucky enough to survive the full corruption spree. Smoke bomb coming out for Demoniac with that evasion. And Kurumi survived, actually, surprisingly survived this whole setup by Demoniac. Vanish coming out by the rogue. Kurumi has himself the spectral sight maybe available, picking up the eyes. Doesn't see Demoniac, juke it to the left. But Kurumi is super low on health. It's not going to be a sap available. Demoniac might have to catch himself a reset. Caught himself a reset for a second. Kidney shot onto Kurumi. Does not have the trinket to go for. But he might have the damage here either way. Cheap shot, eviscerate. Maybe another cheap shot. Does he have enough? Mark for death. Got it. He maybe has one more go with it. And Chilpa's looking fairly. Whoa! Chilpa swapping it around instead of the Frost DK playset. He got himself the big unholy damage coming out. Trinket for the blind immediately. Demoniac tried to see if he might be able to cloak or shadows away from Chilpa's. Tried to see if he could juke him around. Will he be able to get the big cheese available again? Does kidney shot him into it? Oh. As Demoniac dies with that IBF coming out to deal with that kidney shot. The puddle of purple does fade away, but the shield pill is actually pretty exposed against Palm. As Palm got a couple of necrotics stacking up, a big old disarm onto chill pills. AMS coming up for chill pills in case there's any corruption damage from Palm. I guess at this point, AMS is actually pretty good for this, but 22% dampen is going to be pretty much a bloodbath, and Palm still has plenty of defenses to work with here. In Rage Regen, Commanding Shout, he has everything. Chill Pills has to play very, very carefully with all his resources in order to win this one. So it's going to be quite tough. Stun onto Palm. He doesn't trinket this. More necrotics is stacking up. Palm better be aware of those necrotics. Eventually, he's not going to be able to heal, even with Enrage Regeneration. There goes Enrage Regen. Needs to get massive healing. Chill Pills is getting super aggressive with those necrotic strikes. Does he get the charge? charge heal, does get at the end, big leap, but he's still necrotic down completely, and I think Shilpas is gonna have him here. Oh my goodness, just necrotic out his enemy. What was that burst? I can't even call it a burst because it's not like Demonia got damage, right? It's more like there's things from beyond and eyeball attack and things, but that was a very interesting sneaky strat from a rogue, boys. Very interesting sneaky strat from a rogue. I like seeing that. That is the first time in duels we've seen a rogue cheese corruption puddles, dude. That was the cheesiest rogue I've ever seen. But I loved it. Holy shit, boys. Alright, let's get another one going, yeah? Who else got a group? If you guys got a group and your lead, hit me up. I'll add you in reality. Dalaran #1340. Easy. Get me added so we can get you into some of these duels. Yo, Demoniac, I don't know if you're gonna... I'm not gonna tell you when to play that strat. It's up to you to choose whether you want to play it or not. Maybe you can fake someone out. You know, they'll be thinking... You know, they'll be expecting, like, if you sap them, they'll be like, I gotta trick the sap immediately. I don't want to sit in this thing forever. It's up to you to trick them out if you want to. Night King still got a 5. Matuk still got a 5. Do you have another group going, boys? Otherwise, I'm gonna get Night King Matuks, I think. I think it'll be pretty good. Invite me. Yo, Sabe, do you have a group? You can join one of the groups, man. If you guys want to join any of the groups up and running, if you want to see if there's groups running right now, we are doing these on NA. Go to player versus player, premium group, custom PvP, find the group top 5, enter easy, and you'll find a 5v5 1v1 group rolling. If you don't see one, however, you can always make one yourself. Start a group, call it something like 5v5 1v1 Dalaran Duels, something along those lines. As long as you have a number 5 in there, or 5v5, most people understand what you're trying to do. Get 4 people in, so you have a 5-man. Hit me up on Real ID. I'll add you and queue you against one of the boys that's available. I'll say join the duels. No groups on alliance. You guys can make one yourselves. It's that easy. You start a group. Tell everybody in chat, yo, I got an alliance group on NA. Here's the name. How many we need? Go. And they usually fill up pretty quickly. Imagine double rogue running, double stacking on someone they sap. I kind of want to try it. I have that trinket myself too, and I kind of want to try it. I think it'd be super fun, double stacking it and then cheesing things. I mean, I'm pretty sure people have done it before, so it's not like something new. I don't even know if I would want to even record it, but I think it'd be funny. You know what I mean? Double stacking those corruption puddles, and enemies, of course, will need to trinket out of the first one, right? Of course, they'll need to trinket out of it. What can you do, right? But I think it'd be hilarious, just like throwing those things down, going from a triple sap into a full stun into a second stun. Hell, you can even maybe burn a blind there. You know what I mean? Just to have as much of a long range as possible, as long as a longer duration in there as possible. I think that'd be kind of cool. Don't mind me just a second to catch to take a break from getting ganked. I'm and you're leveling over and over and over. Where are you getting ganked at, fam? Another example of how it does develop the game around Rogue Mage Toolkit. Out of here, Deja. Out of here, man. What are you talking about? Someone already a month ago used such a trick rogue combo. Yeah, people have done it already. But it's so long ago. I would just want to do it just for my own fun, just because I never really got to mess with it that much. I mean, me and Tickle used it before in 2s, but never really worked out that well. We'll get Matuks and Night King up next, just so we get some variety in here. Of course, if you want to swap some boys around, you're more than welcome to. If you guys want to make secondary groups just so we can have more groups to queue from, you're more than welcome to, boys. People using in 3s, those trinkets, that's nasty. I remember seeing clips of it, but I don't know if anybody actually is still using 3s. I don't play 3s really. I mean, I'd like to. I'm not against playing 3s. I just haven't really had the chance, you know? But then again, there's Shadowlands going on. I had N'Zoth Mythic going on, so I was pretty busy. Let's be honest here. But now that N'Zoth is dead, I should have a lot more free time to do my Shadowlands stuff, but also do all the other stream things that I want to do. So I think we'll be in a good spot, boys. I like coming down the matches. Glad you like it, man. What's the rules for Sub Rogue? Don't use Shadowy Duel on not the guy you're fighting. Right? I think that's it. I don't know. That's not the rules on that. Alright, boys. Switch. What do we got? We got ourselves Team Blue with Cat Hoth as a feral. Please be out a cat from unless you're dueling. We got ourselves Clerics. Keep your buffs to yourself, my man, unless you're dueling. Laura, be out of South unless you're dueling. Sight, you're good. And we got Surakas. You are fine. Plus we got Team Red with Acid Troops. Brandon Chill Pills is going to be going up first as a good old... Nope, Unholy DK. I was going to say Frost, but looks like it's going to be good old... Holy DK with Garrett in the back as well as Skirmy. And I don't think we're going to have any rogue she's in this. Psych trying to see if he might be able to get himself some big damage in the open on Chilpa's trinkets out of that strangulate, as Psych is trying not to get surrounded by all those pets. Big damage, blood of the enemy available, but Chilpa's super far away. Not going to be able to cash in on the big damage that Psych has for his big blood of the enemy. Looks like he's going to have to go for a darkness. Going to get yoinked out by Chilpa's in the opener there. Trying to see if he might be able to flap in the air. No more grip available for Chilpa's. No more AMS available either. And it looks like Chilpa's still getting rained on by Psych. He's trying to max out the damage. It looks like he was able to equalize the playing field with a big death streak out to follow. Looks like Chilpa's is going to be able to get himself a lot of self-heals rolling. Psych not looking healthy at all. Blur available for just a quick second while he retreats. But he's not in a good spot whatsoever. Blood of the enemy has been used. Most of his burst has been used. And Psych not looking all that good. Short imprisoned onto the Chilpa's with a short stun though by the DK himself. And down goes Psych. It looks like Chilpa's just played that man. And completely outplayed the blood of the enemy burst. Yoinked him out of darkness. Like, he didn't really have a lot to work with. And Laura is going to be up next. I think as Assassin Cold Blood, a sub-rogue. Interesting. Can the shot on Chilpa's blood of the enemy to follow. IBFs this immediately. He IBF'd it before anything. But he also did see Laura with Shadowy Blade. So I guess it makes sense to run with that. Could have been Twisted Appendage, I think, by Laura. Chilpa's popping an AMS and trying to get himself away from the Twisted Appendage. Both defenses available for Laura. Evasion and Cloak of Shadows. Trying to maximize the damage on Chilpa's. Blood of the enemy burst is kind of out of the window at this point. Still getting big Shadow Strikes. Could go for decent eviscerates. But that's going to be Transfusion. The harder you hit the DK during Transfusion, the bigger death strikes are going to heal for. Trinkets out of the stun, but Laura is really just kind of out in the open without a lot of defenses. Vanish coming out as they do get a Night Blade on Chilpa's, almost walking into that death DK, still getting caught out in the chain of ice. Blind available, and Chilpa's has the choice to either trinket or he doesn't, and chooses not to, at least for the time being. Laura trying to see if he can set himself up a little bit of a smoke bomb, but goes. I don't even know what he's trying to do with a smoke bomb, but I guess he's trying not to get yoinked away by Chilpa's. Gets a kidney shot on the DK, trying to see if he can walk out. But Chain of Ice slowed him down way too heavily. What can you do in this situation at all? As Chilpa's is just completely obliterating Laura back to back. TD's coming out, yoinking the rogue to their own demise right after. Not a lot you can really do. Surakas is going to be up next, as the Monk did get an in-cap onto Chilpa's big. Deathstrike coming out, I think, by Surakas with a touch of death to follow. Chilpa's going to take a lot of damage here unless he goes for big Deathstrikes to follow. He's trying to Deathstrike his life back as best as possible while getting an offensive. Going to get the Army of the Death rolling. It's going to be Twisted Appendage on Chilpa's. Looks like Karma is going to be doing a lot of pressure to this man as he's surrounded by the Army of the Dead. The army attacking Sakura's. The Pens don't know that you're not supposed to attack a monk with Karma. The Pens don't have a brain, but that's what happens when you deal with the undead army. They are powerful, but they're not all that clever. That brain has rotted away a while ago, boys. And that was perfect for I keep mispronouncing your monk's name. I want to call it Sakura, but it's Saruka. And it's just Sally? Oh my god, it's not even like, there's no easy nickname for it either. Big bite coming out into the monk. As the in-cap comes in onto Kurumi, he got himself blur up and running. There's going to be a little bit of a diffused magic coming out for Saruka. Trying to see if he might be able to survive through all that chaos damage. But look at he's going to go for a leg sweep and bail the hell out of that. Trying to catch Vivify. Kurumi is on the chase, interrupting the heals. And that's going to be Fist of Fury. Trying to keep himself afloat as best as possible. Sura might want to bail the hell out of the room. Looks like he's going to go for a port. I'll swap it to a wrong person. Looks like Kurumi actually bails out of it completely as soon as he sees the images. Interesting choice, but he backed up completely while the images were up. Gave Sura enough time to catch up a little bit of healer. I-beam coming out is going to be a stun to Sura with a bunch of haste. Kurumi can still go for huge damage right here as Sura's health is just completely getting obliterated. TD to fall. Trinkets out of an in-cap. Kurumi is making very interesting choices in these duels right now as Karma comes down. It's still going to rain down onto Sura while the Karma reflects damage back to Kurumi with Twisted Appendage to follow. Looks like Kurumi's actually got his fate sealed at this point. Looking super low on health. Trying to see if he can get away from the monk. Now he's the one playing more defensively. Touching death onto Kurumi. His fate is sealed unless he can kill Sura right now. Lexi to follow. Fist of Fury. That's it. That's game. Nothing you can do much about it. The point where I think the biggest point see, he had such a good advantage over Sura, but then he backed up as soon as he saw the images. I mean, I know images are a pretty big offensive cooldown for monks, but Maybe he played that way too defensively. Kidney shot onto Sura is going to be DR'd heavily as Ass Trips popping in evasion immediately. Cloak of Shadows to follow as well. Looking like he's popping everything just to get away from Sura. But the Monk is super low in health. Acid Trips is not going to back up as soon as he sees any kind of offensive pressure here. Vendetta to follow Sura does not have a cover for a while. It has mobility if he wants to get out of the room. But looks like he decides to tussle with the muscle fist of fury to follow. Does he take that acid trips? He does try to go for a trinket out of the fist of fury. Did help him. And I think he threw a bike at Sura. Next up is going to be a Kahoth. Trinkets out of the kidney shot into a blind immediately. Does a dots on the acid. Do you melt right here, acid trips? Or do you live? Do you have yourself a sip pickup right now? Yes or no, my man? Catches a restealth, caught out in the open, tried to finalize the Feral, and the Feral just went Super Saiyan, blinking all over the place, not even sure what's going on. But that was the Rogue. Who's next is going to be Garen up next as a survival hunter looking for a Feral, not going to let Kaho, oh my god, he threw a trap down for him, just like, relax, stay still for a second. It's hard to track where you're going all the time. Kaho get a stun after going for a bit of CC with Garen. Miss. He's actually just blinking all over the place. He's so fast! It's hard to keep track of where he's gonna go. This is worse than trying to watch where Sparta's going because Sparta's Arcade Mage just blinks all over the place. This man got blinks. He's got shimmers, dude. When did you unlock shimmers? That's gonna be a little bit of a reset for Garen on health. Try to see if he can catch up to Kaho while you got a wall up and running, but super low health for the Feral. Garen's just trying to kite him around, trying to take too much damage. Trinkets out of the badge before the Feral can get the big bleeds up and running, and Clerics is going to be the last one left, already getting tagged with those dots by Garen. Perfect opportunity for him to maybe get some big damage to the Garen. Not going to be able to hodge it for a while. DR to hodge. Super Giga DR. Going to be a void operational to help him get the hell out of there. Freezing trap onto Carrix. He's not trinketing out of this one. He has wings up and running. He's sunk in the floor. But he's fine with quicksand. Random momentary quicksand inside of Lordaeron Arena between the cobblestones. No wonder the city fell apart. I mean, it's literally built on quicksand. But it's going to be Garen trying to see if he can stay offensive while staying mobile and away. Popping in Turtle right now, actually, as Carrix closes the gap. Now it's going to be Wings with Shield Avenge. I guess he didn't want to get slapped by all those abilities at once. And it is Clerics popping in big cooldowns. So Garen, you know what? I'm a hunter. I need to get some healing or kiting, one or the other. And I can't really take the full brunt of the Paladin damage. So I better pop Turtle. I mean, that's when it's one big defensive though, but I don't know if that's gonna work out because it's a 3-minute cooldown traded for a 2-minute cooldown. But maybe that was the play because there's still Bubble and Bop available for Clerics. Garen can control him if there's a Bop. Harpooning as Clerics trying to get the hell out is gonna keep cleanse himself of all the dots. Flashlight's trying to come out. Garen is gonna just kind of get by him for a second. But he's going to go for hit and run strats. Not going to stay next to him. Hit and run. Destrigat's coming out right now by the Paladin. It was split between the Hunter and the Pet. So Hunter in a sense has a perfect catch-all for the Destrigath Trinket. The Pet will help soak some of that damage. So you'll only take at least half. Or at most half. I guess no, at least half. Because you could, if you have more pets spawning, that will also help you soak more. It's going to be a mistrap by Clerics. Does get a stun, or by Garen. Does get a stun onto Clerics. And looking like he's going to bail the hell away from the guy. Throwing him down to a slow with Maledict to follow. If he can somehow interrupt him on his cast as he's trying to heal his Mal, he's just not going to let him recover at all. If he can somehow interrupt that heal, he will be in a golden spot. Bubble and just come out for Clerics. Right now, no! He doesn't get the bubble. The random damage coming out for Garen. And he does take the kill there. Oh, boys. That was a good one. I like that one. I like that one. Bounties here? Alright, my boy. 5 out of 5. Beautiful. Let's get Bounty versus Boars Summon, yeah? We got fresh meat, boys. We got Bounty in here. Bounty bouncing into the fucking competition. How you doing, my man? 222! Boys, I don't think I did good for my first time monkey. Man, you fuck. It's honestly what, you know what it comes down to? It comes down to practice, practice, and practice. If you guys want to make more groups, you're more than welcome to. As per usual, we got us Boris and Bounty here. If you guys want to join any of the 5V5 1v1 DUELS, there's two options. You can either try to see if there's a group up on your faction, or you can make your own. So if you want to find and see if there's a group up and running, player versus player, premium group, custom PvP, hit find group, type number 5. Press enter in the search, and you'll see a 5V5 1v1 group up and running. If you don't, however, you can make a group of your own. We got groups on a US, NA, so all the NA region servers or whatever works here. But if you don't see one, you can also make a group yourself with custom PvP. 5v5 1v1 DUELS Dalaran. Easy. That's all you gotta do. Illustrator got a group, forming group. Fuck yeah, dude. We got Illustrator here, boys. Gonna be up next, either against Night King or Matux, either one. Boris and Bounty. Look at these bad boys going up next, yeah? Give me Hook Point game. Give me, Down Series will work too. I wanted to see Hook Point just because it's my favorite map, but we got a different one. Sabra, when we go do some M+, some from EU, I would like to play with it sometime. I have a 110, 120 on EU, but when's the last time anyone done keys on that character? He's not even like geared. He doesn't even have flying. Yeah, probably in Shadowlands at this point, dude. I don't know if I want to level another rogue. Yeah, if I do make a character on EU, it won't be a rogue, boys. Just because I don't like having more than one rogue. I hate it. I don't know how other people can do it. I just want one rogue to work and pull all my blood, sweat, and tears into. You know what I mean? Because I had 2 rogues back in Legion. 3 rogues. I have one on EU, Horde, one on Alliance NA, one on Horde NA. And it just felt kind of boring. I mean, I guess we did have artifact weapons. So one was sub, one was assassin, one was outlaw. So I guess there was at least that difference. Which. Alrighty, boys, let's get another one going. We got Bounty here. Gonna be hanging around the back, trying to get himself that bounty. We got Aida. We got ourselves. What's your name? Cred. Cred. We got Sour in here, trying. Hopefully it won't be too sour, man. Don't gotta be so sweet, but not too sour. We got Thaisa as well on Team Blue. Where's Team Red with Demon Hunter? We got us a Demoniac. Drag Fist looks like he's gonna be going up for swapping his mog for a big old red. You got some good mogs. We got us as Kane and Zookeeper. I like the name Zookeeper. I like the name Zookeeper. I like the fact that your name is Zookeeper without being little ZOO. It's going to be Cred. Get hit with a Lexi chickens out of it. Immediately, such that's coming down. It's going to be a bike and everything. Huge damage is available for Drag. Does Cred still survive this? It's going to be huge damage onto the bad boy. Big touch of death. Cannot really do anything to Drag. Could have turned around the rotation to some of the images, but looks like Drag got quite a lot of damage into the Demon Hunter, getting hit with a Maldoc right now. Cred is still in a really bad position. Darkness is available for him. It's going to be dropping down Darkness before he needs to fight Drag. Try to see if he might be able to live through him. It's going to be Blur available. More focused Azeroth Beam. It actually did quite a lot of damage. Not going to lie. How did Cred's focused Azeroth Beam do a lot of damage? Karma to follow Cred, I think, is an not a credible position right now. Not really looking all that hot. Wall as well as Dampen Armor available for Drac as he's trying to see if he might be able to survive. Booping Aida out of the way, but it's still super low in health. Does he survive this Aida? Try to see if he can throw in a glaive or two. Does get the last kill with a fell. Fell rush, fell charge. Oh, Aida looking pretty corrupted. That means a thing from beyond can attack you. There goes Demoniac with the corruption build. You're in the red. Oh, Trinket's out of it. Actually walking out of it, but still in the red. Can the shot to fall onto Adam? Does Demoniac have the big damage here? Try to Shadow Strike. Big eviscerate. Cheap shot again. Bike to follow. Ada. Oh my god, the cheap shot so much damage. Darkness does come down. Does survive for just a quick second unless Demoniac can somehow get through the darkness. It's going to be blurry in darkness. A lot of defenses to overlap to one another. But looks like Aeda survives the corruption burst out of Demoniac. As you saw, he was trying to see if he can keep Aeda in the corruption puddle. Sapping him while meta. That was such a... I think a Z... I think that should have hit him, but because he's on a high ground, the Z axis actually makes anything below you immune. So Demoniac actually didn't take any damage. Otherwise, that meta should have done a little bit of damage to at least take him out of south. Sap and Demoniac right now. Astasia. Trying to get a bit of a setup. So now we know Demoniac is running. The boys know what's going to happen. Blind with Thaisa immediately. Trinkets out of it. Cheap shot on Demoniac. Is he going to be able to do anything here? Kidney shot on Demoniac right after. Does Demoniac lands a kidney shot onto Thaisa. Looking like he's going to hit him with a big Mally. Or a big corruption into a cheap shot right after, trying to keep him in there as much as possible, but looks like Thaisa barely was corrupted. He has some corruption. Cloak of Shadows coming out to deal with the corruption. Corruption is still going to hit him. Cloak of Shadows isn't prevented walking through the puddle, which does pop a slow too. But Thaisa, barely any corruption. Barely any picked up. So Thaisa is not really lucky in his chest, as you can see. The re-sap Demoniac is not going to sit long. Thaisa does pop out of cell for just a second. Not going to be able to get a sap into Thaisa right now. As Demoniac tried to see if he can get away from him with Shadow Step. Does have a pretty blood of the enemy there. Kidney shot still coming out by Thaisa either way. Turning around the kidney shot back onto the rogue in the blue corner. Cheap shot right after. Did use advantage just to get that cheap shot. It looked like Thaisa is just trying to see if he can catch Demoniac. Needs to get the Crippling poisons up and running. Does get a Vanish cheap shot. Garrote on Demonic. Does shadow step to an ally. I'm not sure if I like that kind of shadow step. I'm not a huge fan of that kind, but it looks like Thaze is taking a bit of damage. Demonic is going to be dropping down a bit corruption on the guy. That's going to be the bike trinket coming out as a safeguard trinket comes in. Thaze eliminating Demoniac before the big corruptions can really kick. And blinded Demon Hunter is going to trinket and cleave Thaze in a single blow, but down a trinket. Doesn't look like he's going to be good to go. Bounty is going to be up next. Looking like he wants to give Demon Hunter a little bit of an honor deal. He's bowing from a distance, but he doesn't really want Bounty to get too close. He's like, I'll bow to you. I ain't want to fight you, but you keep your distance, Rogue. I don't like the things you do. I don't have a trinket anymore. I don't like it. Honestly, Demon Hunter probably should have went max handball into Bounty. Gonna be hitting with a bike. That's gonna be Kinder Shot playing Assassination Bounty. Just trying to see if he can dot the hell out of Demon Hunter. He's gonna turn around, get a stun onto Bounty. Second stun to follow after Trinket goes out. Demon Hunter has a Metamorphosis, has a bit of damage evasion available for Bounty right now. Neither of these boys has a trinket. Demon Hunter, if he can drop a darkness before Kinder Shot comes in, he might be in a good spot. Vendetta up and running, Kinder Shot to follow, safeguard trinket, keeping him alive just for a little bit longer. Meta to follow Ibium right now, but barely any health available. With no dampening, this man still melts. No dampening at all. Dampening just kicking out at the 5-minute mark, boys. And it's going to be Zookeeper hitting him with a little bit of that crows of the bad. Bounty eating that freezing trap. Are the crows, do they dissipate because of that? Somehow dodging the explosive trap to knock him back. Not walking into that flare. Somehow backed out of flare and was fine. Zookeeper popping a trinket as he eats a kidney shot from Bounty. And I think I actually threw a trinket, the bike trinket of Bounty. That or Bounty threw one at him. Either way. Twisted Up Edge coming in for Bounty, but he's super low on health. It's actually not looking that good. The pets are pretty empowered. They're actually doing quite a bit of damage. It's not really good looking good for Zookeeper at all. And it looks like he's actually going to be able to land the shot. We don't see a lot of Beastmaster Hunters for these duels ever. Sour not walking too far forward onto the freezing trap yet. That's going to be a dire Basilisk to walk onto the monk. It's going to be one of his images catching that freezing trap either way, though. So at least that freezing trap did get some use. But Sour has to go through a lot of cooldowns versus Zookeeper. He might want to kite the monk back into the Basilisk. Is going to get a knockback onto Sour. Not really getting a good one. Stun onto the monk. Trying to see if he might be able to get away from him. No trick coming out for Sour. Does he have a port available? It doesn't look like he has a port set up. No, he did have a port set up, but he didn't go for one. Dire Basilisk is going to be able to get quite a big chomps onto Sour. Touch of Death coming out onto the Hunter. Might decide to go for Turtle Shell here. Is going to have to turtle. That's a lot of damage. Sour is just committing to the Hunter. Zookeeper trying to see if he might be able to bail the hell out for a second. Used to catch maybe a little bit of a self-heal or two. To see if the pet self-heal available. I don't know if those pets, they should be able to, right? Because that's a Beast Mastery Spirit Beast, so they should be able to get a heal. Knock back and Sour as he gets a disarm onto Zookeeper, forcing Sour to use cooldowns in order to reconnect. That's going to be pretty meaty. Fist of Fury. Big Duster Gas actually getting split amongst the Zookeeper's pets. He got 2 birds available fighting for him, so those pets do eat a good portion of the damage. Trying to continue the slows of the Sour as he got himself images up and running. Going to be Vivify's available. Does interrupt him onto Vivify's spam, but it's going to try to see if he can bail away from the guy. While coming out for Sour. Lexiup onto Zookeeper. Does Sour have enough damage to follow here? Stun onto Sour right now. Has a Karma if he needs to. Zookeeper's really out of options right now. And that Karma, I mean, what else can you do through this Karma? Freezing Trap needs to come down onto the monk. Does catch him in the Freezing Trap. Sour recovered quite a bit of health. Zookeeper will not have a stun available for quite a while. But he does have a knockback trap to knock Sour even further out. Zookeeper needs to find a way to catch up on health. Because Vivify's spam is coming in for the monk. He's going to be in such a good position. Has a port on top of the monk, the Hunter. If he needs to. It looks like he's not going to be using it unless it was Kane's. Maybe it's Kane's actually port. Because they're both Oryx. One is a Magar though, but it looks the same. So maybe Sour just never had a setup. It looks like he's just getting caught in a little freezing trap right now. As Sour gets him close. Does he have the pet stun available? He got a lot of damage right now. And it's got the pet heal rolling. Gonna have the Basilisk available. Get hit with a disarm. Can't really. Is it what can't he do? I'm pretty sure he still can kill command without a pet, right? Trying to drop down a trap next to Sour. Was that a freezing trap? Was that a knockback trap? Any kind of trap? Gonna be a Duster Gas by the what looks like Sour. Not doing the most amount of damage. The Zookeeper is gonna be safeguard trick out of him. And a freezing trap right after, just putting this monk in full control. Trinket available for Sour in case things go bad. Zookeeper is still in a bad situation. Needs to get a lot of recovery. Sour popping in those Vivifies back to back. Zookeeper empowering the pets and is gonna. Okay, it wasn't the pets that was sent back. It was actually the images sent back. Popping into the camo. Perfect opportunity. Sour trying to see if he can walk next to the area. Try to see if he might be able to hit Zookeeper. Kane is standing there verifying. He's trying not to be part of this duel. Trying not to engage. But Sour, I mean, he's perfectly fine to go into the area in AoE. Like, he's looking for the hunter, right? And you walk right past him for just a second. Zookeeper gets some cooldowns rolling, but looks like Sour is going to hang back for just a minute longer. Zookeeper setting up traps in case Sour goes around. I'm pretty sure it's a knockback trap. Incap to follow into the monk. Touches that to follow. Does he have an answer? Knocking back Sour for just a second. The guy's going to ram back in there. Does Zookeeper have a feign death? If he can feign death or touch death, he will be in a good spot. Didn't even need to. Looks like he was just fine. Freeze the trap on the Sour. Does he drink it? He can't. But he's going to be able to break out of it a little bit early. Looks like some kind of a dot, but Zookeeper was left over. He's going to get hit with the disarm. Still continuing to kite the monk as much as possible. Karma available for Sour as well. So Zookeeper's actually getting a lot of cooldowns out of Sour in a single setup. Poor K, dude. K is just getting caught in those cleaves by Sour from time to time. Knock back onto the monk for just a second. Does he have a stun available here? Does Zookeeper have a setup? As Sour's out of defense is completely freezing trap to follow. If Zookeeper has a setup right now, this could be the end. Hit him with a bike and down it goes. Zookeeper coming in as a beast mastery. 2 kills for him. Very well played. Man, he had a little bit of a different playstyle because we had a Beastmaster Hunter on EU, boys. We had Nanda. And this man, I want to see him play more. I want to see that guy play more. Oh my goodness. Matukes out of 5, man. Okay. We get Matukes versus Illustric then. How does that sound, boys? Just unstack 3 Rogues or Ferals. Ready? Night King and Matukes are ready. I got to get one of you guys in here. I think Night King fought against... Was it Matukes' group, actually? I think they fought each other, so I gotta get Matukes or Night King. I think I'll do Matukes since he was the first one to hit me up saying, yo, we're ready. On Real ID. I feel bad because I feel like both of them... Like, I feel both of them were ready. So it's just like, for me, it's like 50-50. Like, if I pick... They're both ready. If I pick one, then the other has to wait. But I want them both to play, but we need Illustric to play too. You need some more? Okay, Illustric actually needs some more so we can get Night King with some Matukes. How does that sound? Yeah, we'll do Night King with some Matukes. I'm pretty sure they played each other before, but since Illustric has to wait, we'll just keep the duels rolling, man. Just get into another one. Get into the next duel, you know what I mean? You guys can continue advertising if you have groups, by the way, for 5V5 1v1s. Illustric, if you want to pop it in chat, man, let them know you have a Horde group or Alliance group or whatever. We got the big Tolveron Arena, boys. The big Tolveron. Oh, my cheek's bringing out that unholy DK. Well, Death Knight, I guess I should say. I shouldn't say unholy DK off the bat. The Chill Pill's coming in with 2 rogues. Black Sabbath. Let's go. Scuffy. Mustard reminds you of the gnomes. I was kind of hoping for a cold Tyrion, but I'll take it, dude. I've been called Mario before, so I guess it's not the worst. At least it's a race from World of Warcraft, not fucking Nintendo. Switch. We got ourselves Acid Trips as a rogue over on Team Red with Black Sabbath. More of that assassination goodness, actually. Looking very orange today. Look like a traffic cone. Got Chill Pills playing that Frost. Gary in the back as a Scuffy? You know what Scuffy looks like? He looks like a boy over in the EU. I'm so bad with names. The name escapes me. But he was the only man enough to play Affliction. F's in chat for that boy, man. But Scuffy, we got him. We got Garen as a survival hunter as well versus Adam Mom coming back as an holy DK. We got Kaho as a Pharaoh. We got Ixie as more of that Destruction Warlock goodness. Loris as the Assass. And Psyched as a Demon Hunter. He got psyched out last time, and he went for the big burst, big damage, and then got completely yoinked out of it. So we'll see how well that works out for him on the biggest map. It looks like Ixie is going to have to send the pet for quite a distance just to make sure the pet does not get interrupted. As it's going to be a full stun onto Ixie, he's going to go for Succubus CC. Ixie is going to be able to walk out of the stun and be able to at least get one big chaos bolt into Black Sabbath. Actually going to open up with a Cataclysm instead into a Conflagrate, into a Fear as he gets hit with a bike from the side. He's a bike to the face and he's just fine. He's going to be able to get a dot up onto Black Sabbath, hitting him with a Mortal Coil. Did he try to go for a little bit of a feign death? Not a feign death, but a Shadow Meld? That's what it looked like. It's going to go for a big Vendetta. Ixie bailing out of there. with the massive big old port available. Getting shot back into Ixie, trick inside of it, keeping the pet at a distance, not letting the pet engage Black Stab, but just keeping him out in the open. Might want to get the pet to engage as well, honestly, but it's going to be big old Inferno coming down. Big Casbolt missing. First Casbolt wall available for Ixie right now, trying to get a Fear up and running up to Black Sabbath. It looks like the Rogue is trying to see if he might be able to get out of this scot-free. Cataclysm into the smoke bomb. He's going to be able to run. Ixie trying to see if he can catch him. Does hit him with a Fear. Casbolt to follow. No trick available. Enter yet another Fear. Did not get the Fear. Did not get the Fear properly. Should have delayed the Casbolt by just a hair. Because it looks like he feared into a re-fear into a Casbolt. So the Casbolt broke that second re-fear. It is going to be Mortal Coil as Black Sabbath goes for a Shadow Step into more Casbolts to follow. Stuck him as CC in between. Actually just controlling the hell out of this Rogue while dumping those Casbolts into him. Back to back Black Sabbath. Trying to see if he might be able to get himself a bit of a catch-up on health. Is going to get another stab into Ixie. I mean, this Rogue is just going to get control, but no more fears, no more succubus CC. All of it has been DR'd. Is going to get some dots rolling into Ixie, and looking like he wants to get himself a little bit of reset. At no dampening, however, I'm pretty sure Destro Warlock just does not melt, even with one poison up. And the succubus pet knows where he's at. He knows where he's at. The pet's AI is a little weird. He's following him around. He knows where he's at in stealth. Is at least going to be able to find the pet with a Phantom Knights. But Succubus CC still hits. Surprised the Infernal did not break the Succubus CC. Going to be a second Infernal dropping down. 2 Infernals dropping down by Ixie. Random Infernal summons against Black Sabbath. Having to go for evasion with Infernals. And I guess with a pet, you might as well pop evasion, because what else is it going to use it for against a Warlock, right? What is it on the pets and melee? Mortal Coil coming out. Ixie is going to get a Fear rolling into Black Sabbath to follow. Actually trying to re-fear him again. Shadow Fear from a distance. Trying to see if he might be able to get the big damage rolling. Blind onto Ixie. No trick out available. And Black Sabbath looking like he wants to count himself a bit of a reset. The pet is going to catch him in a second. See for the last second. Still no more crowd control available for Ixie right now. Almost got interrupted on the Fear. Random Infernal coming in with a big old Vendetta to follow. Is going to drop in a bike into Ixie as well. Ixie trying to see if he might be able to survive this. Is going to go for a big gateway, so the Rogue has to back up. Almost greets him with a Cataclysm around the corner. Black Sabbath is not out of the fight just yet, though. He's gonna try to see if he can waddle at Ixie. He's super slow by that pet. Cloak of Shadows coming out. Still has big Vendetta available to Ixie with a kid shot. More Infernals. Get raining down for this Warlock, though. Succubus C comes in, but he's gonna get broken out by the Infernal. Trick inside of the Mortal Coil to follow. Try to get a Fear onto Black Sabbath. He's gonna kick it immediately. I think it was a Shadow Meld for a second. And Ixie just tried to find a bit of CC onto Black Sabbath. Does get it. Casbolt to follow. Is that enough? Oh my goodness, that's all it took. Just a big old burst out of a Destro Warlock. Garen is going to be up next. You're already loading up Ixie with a... I was going to say loading him up with dodge, but it looks like this man just... he just took him out pretty easily. After watching Black Sabbath tussle with a muscle at Ixie for 3 minutes. I mean, Garen did finish him off when he was super low on health, but just the dots and the range damage of the Survival Hunter is insane. It's going to be marked for death, ready for Laura. Does not get knocked back with a big old Blood on the Enemy ready available for Garen. Does he get the Eviscerate off? I don't think he's got a single Eviscerate off during the Blood of the Enemy. That is super unfortunate for the Sub-Rogue. And now he's going to get frozen up. Does look pretty cool while frozen. But it's going to be a camo. Manic Bandages for Garen. Recovered all that health completely. During Blood of the Enemy, Laura, you might need to pop as many Eviscerate as possible. You got to get a Nightblade up and running a little bit early. Like if you want a cheap shot Nightblade, Blood of the Enemy, mark for the Eviscerate, Dance, cheap, Shadow Strike, Eviscerate, maybe with Symbols of Death while you're up and running. That might be a little bit better, but he popped Blood of the Enemy, and then he was still setting up. And by the time he got an Eviscerate, it was no longer empowered. I mean, it probably crit, but it didn't do like extra crit damage or anything like that. Garen, dropping down to freeze and dropping to Laura, unless he has only rank 2 Blood of the Enemy, which by now you shouldn't. And then Laura's just not looking all that good. Clunker Shot is coming out with a Vanish. Garen doesn't get the flare. He does not get the flare around the corner. Laura did juke him out at the very last second, picking up the eye against the Rogue immediately. Should be able to get the pet out of him as soon as possible. As we are hitting the 5-minute mark, boys, dampening finally rolling in. Any ally groups or starter group and ally need for more? Alright, perfect, worthless. Perfect, my guy. What's up, Gene? How you doing, my man? Be having a good one, my dude. Sap onto Garen's pet. Oh, just gonna max range out of there. Did Garen pick up the second eye? It looks like he did, because the pet is on the trail of Laura. Isn't a problem. He's gonna be able to get him out of stealth at least. Does hit the pet with a cheap shot. Building the calm points. Actually, putting up a Nightblade on the pet. Not really sure if you want to do that. But he did do it. Garen getting hit with a cheap shot right now. Laura finally able to go for another go. Double cheap shot, maybe triple cheap shot to follow. Stun into Laura. No trinket available. And Garen finally might be able to go for a lot of big damage here. Does hit him with a steel trap, keeping him out in the open. Trying to get a medic bandage up and running to follow. But he's playing this very carefully. Letting the game really go through. Siding up the traps on both sides. Blinded to Garen. Not really sure why you'd want to do that. It looks like Laura just tried to see if he might be able to kill the little muskrat in the back. Is that the purpose? Harpoon coming up for Garen as he gets to close the gap. Does Lauren have another setup going here? Getting the shot onto Garen, trying to get a shot strike in. Does he get the blood of the enemy? Doesn't look like his blood of the enemy. Trying to get Nightblade, blood of the enemy. Maybe a big eviscerate coming out right here. TD does come out, what looks like by the rogue. But it wasn't enough. Garen catches himself a feint death into a medic bandage, but Laura does trinket out of it immediately. Evasion to follow, trying to see if he might be able to get enough damage in onto the survival hunter. Is going to get hit with a Mally. That's actually going to evade the steel trap. I didn't know you could do that, but that's Garen going to be taking out Laura. An interesting run by the rogue. A little bit unfortunate, if honestly. Blood of Name coming in for Psych, trying to see if he might be able to get the big killing damage, trying not to get hit by Garen. Actually, oh my god. Psych literally sets up the biggest possible KO strike in the world. That's literally all his playstyle has been. Every time he pops into the duels, dude. Psych usually does really well in general, but sometimes he just comes in with the biggest blood of the enemy, big chaos strike, just one single switch with a Destrigath on top of it, and that's it. You just don't survive it. And Garen tried to see if he can live it as best as possible, trying to throw every trap available against it. So Psych has about a minute 50. A minute 30. Minute 50. Looks like he's lagging a little bit. Unless he's dragging just like the music. Huh? What just happened? That was some real big lag. That was interesting. What just... That was interesting. I don't really know what to say about that. I guess that was really big lag. Need one more on Alligator? Perfect, what? Perfect, my boy. Let's go to the next song. And I'm getting hit with a cheap shot by Acid Trips. Has plenty of defenses to still work with. That's going to be a big Abomination coming down. Does pre-cloak the Abomination. Might just want to bail the hell out of those zombies that's starting to pop in. That's going to go for that Vanish. And I'm just trying to see if you might be able to just get all those pets up and running on the road. Does he still have dots? If he still has dots, maybe the pets could still turn around, because that's double Mages of the Dead. Full army Abomination. Looks like it's going to be Sab. Does have the Abomination catch Acid Trips though. And I think one of the zombies tried to get a tag onto Acid. Don't know if he was able to do it properly. Just that page coming down, and I'm taking a lot of damage. It's going to go for a Hellstone from Ixie from earlier. But now it's really up to him to survive this damage from the rogue. No vision available. Does drop in more zombies. If the zombie can finally connect with the rogue, does hit him with a stun. That's going to be percentage damage. The pet is doing quite a lot. Razorback coming out for Animum, getting a stun onto the rogue. Might be able to finally lock him down, but the rogue still has a lot of damage. Still has Vendetta rolling for just a little bit longer. Does he have the Envenom damage to happen here? Animum trying to see if he can survive. It's going to be down to Acid Troops narrowly escaping, popping an invasion at the very last second. And it's going to actually have yourself a re-stealth into a cheap shot onto Kahath into a kidney shot to follow. Acid Trip's completely out of cooldowns though. Does get himself a sippy cup into a bike into Cow. What is this damage out of nowhere? Does Kahath have no gear? He just took so much damage from a single bike, unless it was the biggest crit in the world. Wait, do you still melt to dots? Was it an eyeball that was hitting him? It doesn't look like it's all corruption. What? Oh my goodness, and Chillpill's just gonna give him a little bit of the auto duel by the looks of it. Kahath, my man, you probably should be healing, my dude. Let Chillpill's walk to you, dude. Just try to give him an auto duel, man. I think Chillpill's messing with him. Try to give him a bow from a distance. Yeah, Kahath, you might want to just heal up to full, my guy. I think Chillpill's just gonna wait for you, my man. He's just gonna wait for you out in the open. Let you get the opener. Gonna be a feral opener into immediate Lichborn. Blood of the enemy, but chill pills. Look like he wants to get a bunch of damage onto Kahoth in the opener. He's gonna walk it, dude. Nope. Turn it around. Turn it up to high gear. Trying to sprint up to Kahoth. Trying to make as much damage here. Do as much damage as possible with wall. Kahoth really just left with no cooldowns whatsoever at the end of that rogue, man. With dampen at 38%, not a lot you can really do. There's that. I'm not a huge fan of that map, boys. It's too big of a map in my opinion, but we had some really good duels. Nearly turned that around. I know, right? If only one more ability, if only like one auto attack crit, I think you would have had it too, dude. That actually would have been nuts. Alrighty, boys. US 222, 223, 224. Illustric is ready, and we got us this full new group with Boris. Bounty is at 4 out of 5, so let's get Boris versus Illustric real quick. We can get Bounty versus Night King or Matux, whichever one is ready afterwards. We get Boris and Illust Turk 5. And Warthos is ready. We can get him versus Bounty, man. Still need one more. By the time you get one more, Bounty will probably get one more, so we'll be good to go, boys. Yeah, actually, yeah. I'm actually impressed. Does Kahoth not have any gear, though? Or did he just hit him with, like, the fattest bike possible? Acid rips. I mean, you probably hit him with a Garrote and the biggest bike in the world, right? Biggest bike the world has seen. Maybe with lethal strikes. They're like the biggest proc together. Oh, how do I close this? Oh, I don't see my mouse. Ah, wait. Oh, there we go. Now we did it. Now we're good, boys. Eye corruption, switch. Eye corruption almost got you. It didn't look like he had a lot of corruption though. But maybe the eye was like, he was sitting under the eye for that whole burst, for that full stun, and was really just racking up the damage. Which I guess you could see it, right? Switch. But you know who couldn't see it? Wait, wrong guy. I can't see. He couldn't see it. I like that mog, by the way, man. You're looking really red. You got the mount to match up to. Very nice looking. We got us a Decapitator here as well. We got an ASAP Turk as enhancement. Gotta go for the immunity against the melee Smork. Hanging on the back, just looking at a wall. It's a beautiful wall, Smork. And we got 2 daggers here as, I want to say, Assassination Rogue. Sub-Rogue. That's the artifact weapon for Sub-Rogue. We don't ever see anybody using that. We gotta have Arthur. We gotta have Demoniac Dractor. We got ourselves Pedro and Kane gonna be first up versus ASAP Turk. Trinket coming out by the Monk. ASAP Turk trinkets also as well. Touch of Death onto ASAP. He's gonna go for the immunity as the bike comes in. He's just gonna immune this touch of death damage. He is actually essentially immune to physical damage with a different wall. It does give him a shorter cooldown for wall, but like minute instead of minute 30. So it gives him a little bit extra value. Actually, me and Tickle ran into an enhancement shaman that almost blood blasted us, boys. Enhance actually got damage for PvP. I don't know, man. That guy probably was the most geared enhance I've ever seen. But we actually almost got obliterated. We were behind the majority of the match. Until the final turnaround. It was nuts. ASAP, try to see if you might be able to channel that enhancement shaman energy right now. It's going to be a big harm out of Kane. Actually popped in through all the defenses. ASAP doesn't really have a lot to burn through right now. Trying to see if he can land a Hex onto Kane. Just stop his Fist of Fury. It's going to be a Hex, and ASAP might be able to recover himself a little bit of health. Try to see if he might be able to catch up. Kane is looking like he's going to go for a bit of a reset. Won't have wall for about 30 seconds. Karma down for about a minute. Looks he's going to get back onto ASAP Turk immediately. Does ASAP though have the damage here to really make it happen? He really needs a big setup onto the Monk. Fist of Fury to follow. Might just enter wall this. He's going to pop a wall for that immunity. Trying to let Kane just use all his abilities in the beginning. And as Kane starts to back up this way, ASAP Turk going to just shed all that wall, all that immunity. With immunity, he takes 0 physical damage. He's immune to it. But he also can't do physical damage. He also can't heal. It pacifies him altogether. Stun onto Kane. ASAP Turk got himself big bloodlust with wolves up and running. Trying to see if he might be able to make those big hammers work. As Kane is super low, it's going to be disarm onto ASAP for a minute. He does have the ability to get some range magic damage onto Kane, but not too much. Wall available for the Monk right now as ASAP tried to see if he can crack through a tough exterior. That is the Monk as Kane tried to swing around the corner. Karma available in 9 seconds is going to get the mobility to port around ASAP Turk. Try to hit him with the Fist of Fury. It's going to be stars stacking up onto Kane. And I don't think you can actually stop the stars right now. ASAP super low in health. Mind to wall. The safeguard trick coming out. By coming in. It's going to wall this as the touch of death approaches. Kane popping in Karma. ASAP actually canceling his own wall. Not really sure if he wanted to unless it's just short. Maybe it's just a short wall. But it looked like maybe he canceled. Maybe it was short. Maybe he meant to. Maybe he didn't. But Kane does take out ASAP, dude. It's a tough life out there for Enhance and Duels. It's almost impossible, but you know what? He's the one man that can make it happen. And Psycho on EU was also pretty nuts too. But it was super tough, dude. You had to play a very heal-heavy build, dude. And they just never gave Shamans any love, I swear. I can't see actual swapping into the wrong side of the pillar. I didn't even notice that Kane set up a gateway or a port on the other side. It looks like I can't see he's going to have another go, but at least it's a monk versus monk life out there. It's going to be Kane juking out to the other side of the arena. Still get a caught in the Fist of Fury. He does have wall coming up very, very soon, but not for quite a bit. Still trying to stay mobile. I guess can't see. Actually got himself so cold as rolling. He's going to be Fist of Fury to block him for a moment, and then takes that Fist of Fury behind the pillar. Trying to wait out until he has wall available in a few seconds, and maybe might be enough time to wait until Karma is back up. Twist appendage coming in. Gonna wall this and eliminate the appendage immediately. Lexi, but no, I can't see. Looks like I can't see though. Is lagging, but just a hair. He's sliding around a little bit. It looks like Kane is the one that builds up stars into these guys. Maybe that's what killed ASAP is actual stars. Both of them are lining up Fist of Furies, but it looks like KNC had the last Furious Fist available. This is going to be a disarm to follow. Kane super low in health. Might need to karma this pretty early on. Trying to not karma here, because if he karmas KNC, you can also karma as well. And essentially they'll just be able to just heal a lot of this. But Kane almost dodging the Destergath, but is still super low in health. Might need to karma. Can't see popping in. It's going to be karma on top of him, trying to get a Fist of Fury rolling into Kane. It's going to be Fist of Fury back at him into an incap to stop the Fist of Fury for a second. Can't see super low in health. Now he has a karma of his own. Kane is the one on defensive with a touch of death to follow. Needs to use as much as he onto Can't see as best as possible. Can't see popping in a trinket. Kane still taking a lot of damage. Karma doing just so much. Touch of death just shredding him down to bare minimum. Got himself Vivifies up and running with a big old bike and a kick to the face, and down goes the first competitor of Team Blue. Second one, Arthur Girder is what I want to call him. Is that the name? Arthur's going to be up next. Can't see popping on the wall, as well as a bit of a diffuse magic for that holy damage. Arthur might be able to get that shield of vengeance to pop with wings up and running. Can't see drop to literally half health. But he can't. His name is Can't See, but you know what? He's very well aware. He very well sees the visibility of his position, and it's not really looking all that good. Let's go for a little bit of weird port, but as long as he's able to kite Arthur around the pillars, he will be in a good spot. Trying to see if he might just be able to outmaneuver him, if anything. Arthur getting in at least one swing of Tempest Verdict. This has a lot of damage available for Kenzie. No trinket, no karma available, no nothing. Arthur really needs to capitalize on the damage he's got going on. He might be able to get himself a second set of wings. Does he though? Reaping flames into Kenzie, but looks like he's the one who's going to be backing out. Somehow Kenzie, while he's CC'd, proc and twisted appendage into Arthur. I guess that makes sense. It looks like Kansi's the one getting offensive here. Wings are available for Arthur as well. Does have karma if he needs to. Big Destergath chicken to turn it around. That's going to be Kansi bailing out as bubble is up for Arthur, looking to catch a lot of his health back up as the 6-minute mark approaches the boy. 7% dampening rolling up next. Kansi trying to see if he might be able to catch himself a few Vivifies to follow. Just trying to catch up on health the best possible. Double tapped it accidentally. Ah, I'm sorry about ASAP. Yeah, dude, that it didn't look like you meant to like take it off. But then again, I didn't know what the cooldown, what the duration of it was. I knew it was quite long though, like kind of uncomfortably long. It's like, wait, how long does this thing last? Because I remember having that thought when I dueled a shaman that used the same ability. I think it was you, maybe you or maybe someone else that used it before. That's gonna be Kansas trying to see if he might be able to catch up to the paladin. Bob's still available. With a Shield of Vengeance. Shield of Vengeance is going to be up next. We'll try to see if he might be able to get away from Arthur. Try not to use the karma before the bop is down. He might just need to use the karma. Honestly, at high health, he honestly might just be able to use the karma to force a Blessing of Protection out of Arthur. Honestly, it might be worth, because you get Blessing of Protection while you are at high health. You might be able to back up and then finish off Arthur right after with a big old Touch of Death. This is going to be tricky out of Kansi right now. This is going to get a Touch of Death rolling, what looked like Touch of Death onto Arthur. Was it a Touch of Death? He might want to bop it if that was the case. It's going to be Lexip Tricky coming out. Big damage out of Kansi. Does he get the interrupt on Arthur? He doesn't even get to get a Blessing of Protection off. That boy needs more haste in his gear. Didn't have the global to do it. Should have pressed the bop immediately. Although I feel like Kansi, depending on the ability he could have used, might have been different. Dragstore is going to be up next as another beast Mastery Hunter. What is Beastmaster Hunters coming out of, boys? They're coming out of the woodworks, coming out of nowhere. Draxler trying to see if he might be able to get away from Kenzie. Does send him with a binding shot into a bit of damage. Stun to follow. Kenzie does not have a trick. It has a karma if he needs to. Drax is making sure to just get himself as much of distance covered between him and the monk. In cap to follow. Maybe Kenzie can go for a bit of damage. No leg sweep. Does go for disengage before it, forcing Kenzie to burn even more ability to catch up to the hunter. Try to see if he might be able to cheat out of there. Fistifer to follow. Might need to karma. This damage is going to pop a karma. Might be perfect opportunity for Draxler to put this monk on ice, and that's exactly what he does. He actually could have messed it up where he might have been able to ice one of his images, but he did not get caught in that bad of a spot. Can still jump and frenzy his pets and get kill commands off. So where Kenzie is standing, if Draxler could just jump and get a certain angle, he might be able to continue letting the pets do all that sustained damage. Kenzie tried to see if he might be able to catch up on health, as dampening is at 22%. Binding shot down in one corner. Drax is trying to see if he might be able to get some damage to Kenzie. Not going to have that karma for 55 seconds, but he's going to have a lot of kite ability, a lot of flexibility. Tricky coming up in 18 seconds as well. And Drax again just trying to make sure he has the max range away from Kenzie as best as possible. But you see the monk is just able to catch up on a lot of health revivifies. Drac even pulling his pets back for just a second. Kenzie honestly might just hit the pets just to get a bit of chi, because he might as well come in with full chi. So he just rides the sun kick and everything. Trying to see if he might be able to close the gap. Stun to Kenzie immediately. Drac getting maximum range available. Trying to throw traps between him and Kenzie. That is going to be Reaping Flames, I think, by Drac. Don't know if that might be enough for him. Touch of Death coming out to Drac with a big old desert gat that's going to eat the damage. Fistifer's is still flying on Drac from those images. Is going to get a binding shot onto Kenzie. Trying to see if he might be able to get a feign death. Does the Touch of Death still connect? I think he was able to feign death the Touch of Death. It's going to be really Kenzie trying to figure out how he can get to the hunter and try to close the gap. Needs to get a Fist of Fury, needs to get a slow on the guy somehow. If only he was running Ring of Peace, that would have been perfect. Big bike in the Drac, it looks like. Kenzie just found some gusto out of himself, just out of nowhere. Trying to get a Vivify up and running. Trying to stay on top of the hunter as best as possible. Going to be an ice trap. Freezing trap, stop for a second. Does he have a stun to follow? If Drac doesn't have a stun, this could be the end. Kenzie might have a leg sweep available here. Does go for disengage. Going to be a karma onto the hunter immediately. With the Fist of Fury to finally slow him down. Safeguard trigger coming in for Drac. Trying to get his pets a little bit extra health just to keep those things alive. And if Kenzie has a touch of death, but a Tiger's Lust, that would be perfect because Drac is super low on health. Not looking at all that health. He does get a stun to Kenzie still. On the run from the monk this whole time. Kenzie, honestly, J Chain Lightning will do it at this point, my guy. He's so low health. So low health. Needs to pull his pets back. Honestly, he needs to get himself a pet heal. But it looks like it's exactly what he's trying to do. Just gonna get Kenzie into yet another trap. Does get himself the pet heal needed before the dampening gets super high. But Drac is looking like he's gonna play for the very long game, dude. He's going to play for the longest game you possibly could. Kenzie being among though, lots of longevity, lots of survivability, great defensives. Still cannot line up a single leg sweep on a Drag, and that's going to be a pretty good binding shot. Kenzie does not have Tiger's Lust in order to get out of this one. I think might want to start running Tiger's Lust for these duels just to be able to get himself out of that situation. Big Ripping Flames for Drac right now. He's still got himself a bit of sustained damage rolling. Onto Kenzie, in cap to follow, doesn't have a trinket, Fist of Fury, not gonna go for Alexium, probably should just go for Alexium at that point, just to lock him down for a moment. Stun onto Kenzie, he's dropping down in health a little bit, no karma for 10 seconds, Drac might actually have him here, does get a wall, does he finally go for some damage, big blood of the aim onto Drac with a Destergath. And then gets put on ice immediately. Can't see karma available right now. Pops the karma on one of the best just so he can stay alive. Needs to catch up to Drac for just a quick second. Leg sweep and maybe do some damage. Gonna be Fist of Fury available for Drac right now. Finally gets a leg sweep. It's gonna be a trinket immediately though. I think Can't see might be a bike coming in. Bike of glory maybe. Doesn't do enough. Gets him very close. Trying to go from a kicks into appendage. But Drac survives it at the very last second. Trying to throw the trap and decapitate him. But that's gonna be decapitated to take it about fairly easily. Oh my god, the bike at the end, man. The bike came in, dude. I thought it might be enough to keep him alive. Page is going to be up next with Decapitator. Is going to go for a huge setup. Reaper Flames to follow. A big bite onto the Warrior. That's going to be big bleeds. And with, Reflective Veil. Scared the shit out of me, DC. Oh my god, dude. DC with a big old dono, my man. Thank you so much, my dude. Hey. How you doing, DC? Can we get a hashtag DC in chat showing appreciation for the 20 bones? My guy, appreciate you. Scared the shit out of me, dude. Back to the duel. Pedro is trying to see if he can get himself a bit of a growth. It looks like Decapitator is not really doing the decapitating. He's just bleeding out, man. The feral bleeds are huge. Try to get a stoppage onto the feral opener, but that's going to be more bleed recess by Pedro with a rooted Decapitator. And I think the warrior trying to see if he can desperately catch up to the feral. Down he goes. The bleeds are way too strong. Thank you, DC. Appreciate you, man. Can we get a hashtag DC in chat, boys? Showing appreciation for the one for donor, my man. Appreciate you, my guy. Hashtag DC, boys, in chat. Say thank you, boys. Not as scared, yeah? Jeez, dude. It actually spooked me. It actually spooked me. I guess I was too into the duels, yeah? Next up is going to be 2 daggers versus Pedro. Stealthy duel, 51% dampening Pedro. Sitting way in the back is going to go into bear form. I guess you want to make sure you have some cooldowns coming back up. You got to trinket in about a minute. In the bear form, 2 daggers is not going to commit huge damage, so he might be just fine. But with dampening this high, you're not going to recover a lot of health, man. Not going to recover a lot of health at all. Going to be a couple of Shadow Strike by 2 daggers. And it looks like it's going to be an Assassination Rogue. And let's no, Sub-Rogue. It is a Sub-Rogue. Why am I saying this? Assassination Rogue. Catches the kidney shot onto Pedro. He's going to hit him with a bike. Huge damage out of the Sub-Rogue. Big setup. Trying to see if he might be able to get the Viscerals rolling onto Pedro. That's going to be Thorns to slow him down. The Cloak of Shadows coming in for 2 daggers. Pedro catches up to him. Bash to follow. Trying to shrink it. That's going to be blind. But 2 daggers. He has pretty nasty bleeds rolling on him. Looks like he's going to get a sippy cup to keep himself up and running. Pedro not going to have a trinket for this one unless 2 daggers messes up his own opener here. Pedro might stand a chance. Get a shot. And I think 2 daggers needs to end him right here. Does he have enough? Should have enough damage. Unless for some reason he doesn't. Evasion is up. Pedro pops him with a heal. Wall right now to follow. Hits a Reaping Flames onto 2 daggers. Does hit him with a stun for short. Try to get some bleeds up and running. Does go down. And 2 daggers barely with any health available. Trying to see if he might be able to survive. Vanish to follow. Why has got some fresh bleeds on him. Demoniac looking like he's just going to pick up some eyes real quick. He's going to try to see if he can fight 2 daggers. This is going to vanish on him. If 2 daggers paying attention, then he knows there's a rogue chasing after him right now. He's going to be able to land the sap opener. No, is Demoniac? He's not going to go for the... Yes, he is. He's going to go for it. For the big corruption playstyle. Cheap shotting 2 daggers. He had a Mark for Death ready on him. If Demoniac can do the same to Smork, that would be hilarious. Smork running through a lot of the corruption. It looks like Smork actually has quite a bit of corruption in his own. Huh. Smork actually has a lot of corruption. So Demonic essentially needs to get Zerker Rage out of Smork first. And then wait for the DR for Sap to come back. And then he might be in a good spot. Smork not Zerker Rage in this for any reason. He knows he needs to Zerker Rage at the right time. Only when the big setup comes in from Demonic. But looks like Demonic might just have a go here. No, he was just seeing if he might be able to get Zerker Rage out of Smork. Not gonna do it. Not gonna happen. Smork got a lot of corruptions on him, man. I mean, that's not going to be that good if a thing from beyond comes at him. So for Demoniac, this is a perfect opportunity. Eyes available for Smork. Might be able to catch the rogue. Has Zerker Rage if he needs to. Sees where he's at. Not going to be able to land a sap on Smork. Charge comes in with a Storm Bolt as Smork tried to maximize the damage he has. Blind to follow. Not going to be a trinket. Is Demoniac going to trinket him? He's going to pop that trinket on the guy into a sap. Might want to Zerkers out of there into kidney shot. Trinkets leap it out of that corruption immediately. So Demoniac essentially traded a minute-long trinket for another big trinket coming out to follow. What was that? Is there no diminishing returns on those trinkets with a bike? It looks like there isn't. You can just use them together if you want to. Remember, there's a very, very little delay. It's going to be a Smork, super low on health. Does get a Storm Bolt onto Demoniac. Trying to catch up a little bit on health. Blaze Storm to follow. Can't really be stopped. No more evasion available for Demoniac. And Smork is staying on him, throwing a bike at the guy. Get the shot to turn around. Does Smork go down? Does Demoniac win this one? He has to vanish if he needs to. He is going to vanish out of there. Whirlwinds are still happening. They're still doing quite a bit of damage. Shortest sheep ever. Charge on Demoniac goes down. When Smork comes out of it. Smork comes out on top there. Can't see with 2 kills. With one of the longest matches against the Hunter. Can you believe it? That was nuts. I like that he was trying that trinket, dude, but I think everybody else, they're on to him now. They're on to his tricks. Alright, Warthos, Bounty. Are you guys ready? I can get you guys in next. I can get you guys in next into the next duel. You guys have been waiting for a bit. Let me know, boys. Let me know who's ready and who is available. Night King is ready. If Warthos or Bounty are not here, If one of them isn't here, we'll just throw him against Night King, dude. Then we can get my Tukes against the other. Let's see if they're able. Bounty is ready. Is Worth is ready. Ready. Okay, we'll have to have Night King versus against Illus Turk or Boris. We'll do it like that, yeah? Spectator match. We can get Illus Turk versus Night King then, yeah? Illus Turk, if you're down to wait for a bit. We get Warthorus and Bounty since they've been waiting for a while. Warthorus and Bounty. Almost forgot your list. You're good, fam. You're good. Where's Kren? Kren's busy for the day. But it's okay. We got another mod holding the fort. But yeah, Kren is busy for now. Just for the day. IRL things going on. Hanging out with family. Not the bad stuff. We got Asher, Mains, Fall, Boys. We got my boy, the one and only, and Peachy. What if I just said, we got the boy, one and only, Peachy? Because I always call one and only one. That would be kind of fucked up, right? We got the boys in here, though. I'm done for the night, ready to get some Mythic Plus. Alright, my chick, sounds good, my man. Sounds good, my dude. Enjoy Mythic Pluses. I'll try joining you sometime, yeah? Now that I don't need to kill Nazath anymore. Maybe I'll be able to join you for some. Yeah, that could be fun. Alrighty, boys. So Twitch. One, do you know Boom is around? Because I want to get Boom to get this one guy named Soul into these. By the way. Wink, wink, wait, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. I don't know how to wink nor nudge. It's going to be Team Red with Brandon. We got Destruction in the back as well. We got Nade? Like a... Nade. I guess Nade. We got one and only coming in as a big old Demonology Warlock with Peachy in the back as well. Team Blue, we got Bounty, we got ourselves F-Blade, we got ourselves Gelendor, going to be going up first versus one, getting hit with a stun. This is going to pop a trinket into a Mortal Coil immediately. One, trying to see if he can cannon him up into fear. Is going to have to get the pets up and running. That was a stun that he did have to trinket. There's going to be one Handicle done. Can he get a second Handicle done? Trying to get a second. Fear does land it. Fear is up, Handicle done is up, but that's going to be Tyrant. Oh my god, Gelendor. How did you close the gap that fast? Is going to be an interrupt onto his I-beam. Going up in the air, but it's actually free and open to get it blasted by the Tyrant from below. Safeguard Trinket not going to hold him. And one taking him out with a massive Tyrant on Team Red Blue. We also have Cred and we also have Theza. Who's going to be up next, boys? They've got ourselves all the melee in the world. Second Demon Hunter up and running with one. Taking out the first one. He's not going to have the Tyrant for quite a bit. But he had himself a really good setup, though. Really, really good setup. So, does that mean you don't have a Horde Warlock anymore? Or do you have two Warlocks? One, I don't. Might have went back to Alliance, which is a bummer, but I know you have a lot of friends on Alliance to play with. But it's going to be Cred up next. It's going to get a bit of a imprison onto one, stunned by the pet, forced to chicken out of Cred. It's just going to get some resources off of one. It's going to send him into fear. Fear bombing while trying to get some soul shards up and running onto Cred. Double Handicle done. Does he have the Tyrant? Looks like Cred taking so much damage just from pets alone. And that's going to be no Tyrant for one, at least for now. He does have a lot of pets. He does have a lot of imps. Trying to see if he might be able to get another Fear into Cred. It's going to be stunned with an Azeroth beam, as those imps are actually doing quite a bit of damage. And one is going to pop a Reflect available. Cred actually might end up eliminating himself from this fell lances. No! Second Demon Hunter going up in the air and burning out like a beautiful, beautiful angel. Handle Goldon coming in with Fell Blade. Trying to see if we might be able to get a Tyrant up and running. If one has enough Handicle Duns, he might be able to do it stun into one. He's going to trick it out of it. Wall with Handicle Dun is going to get a full Tyrant. F-Blade popping AMS maybe a little too early, because that Tyrant is going to start slapping him. There goes the damage. Mortal Coil trick inside of it for a second as F-Blade is just going to get decimated, but Tyrant does get a grip into one back end. That Tyrant is doing quite a bit of damage. Big transfusion coming out for F-Blade. One getting kicked left and right, trying to wait maybe until he has a Mortal Coil or a Pet Stone or something available. He's just going to get attacked by the pets of undead nature as well. Looks like F-Blade is actually going to back up. He had a lot of cooldowns available, lots of damage. Did get a stun into F-Blade, but didn't quite get the good angle. Is going to get Handicle Duns off of the pets that F-Blade left over with one. Did go for a flank in case there was going to be a grip. Didn't want to get ripped out of position. That's going to be a lot of imps for one to get back in, because the second Tyrant should be doing quite a lot of damage here, but he needs to get another set of imps. So going up in flames, going down in flames more like it. I mean, they went up in air, but the higher the fly, the harder the fall. AMS coming in for the Mortal Coil. One not going to be able to get that extra CC. Does get at least one stun and one set of imps onto F-Blade. But that AMS is just going to keep him healthy for quite a while. One, does he have the gateway to really work with? I think he used it maybe a little too early. Trying to see if he can get a fear onto Airblade. It's going to be handled down instead. Does he have the Tyrant available? It's going to be a pet interrupt to follow. One is just getting completely just controlled by the DK. Second Tyrant coming up right now. Does one have enough healing here? It's going to pop into Reflect. Tyrant, does he do enough damage? So does Airblade. He barely survives it. Oh my god, one was I can't even talk. One was under so much pressure just now by the Death Knight. That's going to be Thesa taken about before the boy really pops off. Thesa was just, not Thesa, but one was just doing so much damage to these guys that he can't hung in there. He got those big Tyrants in and he did work. And Thesa's going to have to play against Destructor, who's playing Affliction Warlock. Very interesting choice. I actually love the way the Smog looks. Like this blue and bright colors on the Legion Mog actually looks cool. Actually looks super cool. Is it just me? But Thesa tried to see if he might be able to get away from the pets. He still has those dots rolling on him. Destructor just cannot catch up to Thesa at all. He might want to swap to a Succubus pet just to get a slow or something. Because, I mean, you're not going to need this kind of pet against a rogue. You're not going to be able to steal buffs and DC. Oh my god. With a 30-buck dono, are you kidding me? Hey Dal. Say hi Dal. Hi Dal. What's up DC? Can we get a hashtag DC again? Showing appreciation for the wonderful 30-bone dono, my man. That's 50 bones today, man. Can you believe it? Appreciate you, my guy. Really appreciate you. Scared the shit out of me every time though. The things are looking like he's actually taking a little bit of CC. It looks like Destructum did listen to me. He did swap out to another pet. Trying to see if he can get a haunt up on Thesa. Is going to get locked out on it. Thesa does have Echo and Void actually popping off with the Destructum, which is quite good. He does quite a bit of AoE, or quite a bit of damage. A bunch of UAs going to stack up on Thesa. He does click the Shadows. Destructum not looking all that good. Hellstone coming out. Needs to be able to get CC onto Thesa immediately. Needs to get 3 dots up and running Thesa right after. Try to get some UAs rolling. I think Thesa might be down for the count with just those dots alone. Try to see if we're able to survive. And down he goes with Reaping Flames. As big haste came out for Destructum. Bounty is going to be up next as an assassination rogue. And Destructum is going to give him the honor duel. He's going to walk up to the guy, dude. Full, proper honor duel. Destructum. Dude, well, these Warlocks, man. These Warlocks. I want to respect my guy. Appreciate you, my man. Hey, thank you so much. I appreciate you, DC. The Bounty is going to go and re-stealth and get himself at least the opener and Destructum. He knows that Destructum is playing the Succubus CC, though. That's going to be quite good. Destructum, if you could just kind of kite away from Bounty while keeping him dotted, it might be in a good spot. We are hitting the 6-minute mark with some dampening rolling in, boys. Bounty getting hit with a Succubus CC into a stun. As Destructum is able to finally get some dots up and running, he's going to be Reaping Flames to Destructum. The one ability he has that does quite a bit of damage. With a bike to follow, he's going to pop a wall against this. Bounty taking a little bit of the damage from all those dots. That's going to be Cloak of Shadows right now as a bunch of UAs are coming out for Destructum. Probably not a good position. Does have a two-set of pedigree he cannot eliminate. The dots just don't kill those things fast enough. Down he goes. The dots for Bounty just ended up being just that much stronger, huh? Because Destructum, I mean, that's one thing I hope Blizzard does right with the Affliction and Shadowlands, because at this point in BFA they're not going to be able to do much. But like the dots on Affliction in Shadowlands just feels so much better already. And I'm just hoping that the dots, like even if you just get UA Corruption, like empowered version, should do a lot of damage. But I don't know, man. We'll have to wait and see. I'm hoping though. Hoping for the best. It's going to be Nade up next versus Bounty. Nade, my man, taking a lot of damage already by Bounty the Rogue. Was that a Deathstrike Striker or something? Wall coming out for Nade. He's just taking a lot of damage, especially if you're flying. Needs to kill that appendage. It's going to be Wall Touch of Death, throwing everything at Bounty. Bounty is just going to be able to get away from it with a single Vanish, even if he wants to. He does Vanish it. Dip up Evasion too. But it's going to be Nade. Going to be able to at least get away from Bounty for a moment. Heal himself up back to almost full. Actually, too full. And Bounty is just going to have to consolidate the time, buy some time for his cooldowns to come back. Evasion down for a moment. Cloak of Shadows not available. Vanish not available. No more trigger for Nade though, so you can go for a big setup. No more Karma, nothing. Essentially, he could have him here. He's going to go for a full stun onto Nade. Big Vendetta maybe? No, it looks like he's just trying to set up for a bit of dots, but no Big Vendetta into Reaping Flames after. Let's just try to see if he can kite Nade out. Let the dots do majority of the work. Guess we'll just have to wait and see as Nate got some crucibles rolling into bounty. Lex up to the rogue. Does he trinket it? He does trinket towards the end. Nate, super low in health. Fist of Fury flying right now. Bounty needs to find a way to end him. Is going to get a Reaper Flames at the end. Does have the damage. And the dots do prog the Azerites. It looked like pretty easy. Looks like Peachy set it up on the line. Brendan's supposed to go next. He's just behind him, just waiting. He's like, you go first. You go. No, 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 you go. Fine. Essentially, that's what I would think that's playing out in their heads. But Peachy is going to be up next. Popping her bear form. Versus Bounty is going to have evasion available sometime soonish. Vanish available soon. So there's no trinket for a while. As dampening is hitting that 23% mark, boys. Peachy's hanging out by the eye in case he wants to. I guess he was trying to see if he can get a sap out of Bounty. This is going to be a killer shot with a big old bike. Peachy's just going to have to sit there and eat that damage to the face. Popping in cat form right now after all the stuns are down with Bounty. Thorns are up and running with a big old bike to the face for Bounty. Does he have the big bites to follow? Walling up is going to be a blind choice right now as to either trinket it or not. Bounty is going to be able to get himself a lot of stuff, catch up on a lot of health. Does not get the proper sap. Still could go for a big vendetta. Going to be a kid shot, but Peachy can melee. Oh, he can melee, but he can also mutilate him. I didn't think he could actually mutilate him. So I might be able to melee, but not be able to reach him with the other abilities. That's going to be a reset by Peachy. Stun into Bounty. And it's going to be able to get himself a little bit of reset. Bounty is not in the worst spot. But it's going to get reopened up by Peachy as many times he wants a big bite to follow. Bounty not looking all that good. Evasion is up and running, but that's going to be ruined by Peachy. Trying to see if he might be able to catch up. Shadow Step, Kidney Shot into Peachy. Trick inside of it immediately. Bounty trying to recover a little bit of health. Cloak Shot is available for those thorns as well. Has advantage if he wants to, and he's going to use it. And Peachy trying to see if he might be able to find the rogue. Does not look to his left to see the smoke bomb or see this rogue melting out to dots. Does he just drop down? Does he still have dots? Well, he didn't have dots. He just got his head bit enough. But there it is, boys. One came in with a big old 3-0, though. Well, 3-1, really, but still, 3 people back-to-back as a Demonology Warlock. There's just so much pressure with Demon Hunters and DK. Dude, if you got an honor duel, I would have loved to see how him versus that rogue would have played out. If you got the full honor duel there, boys. Alrighty, let's get another one going, yeah? Let's get another group up and running, boys. We got ourselves Boris available with my guys. Perfect. Matux is down for the council. We'll put him down here. And Illustrark, let us up there, get us in there. I think Boris, Otsav, Del Potato. If I had a trinket, yeah. If you had a trinket there, that would have been something. I could have coiled and lived, sad face, yeah. That death net really took a lot out of you, though. Like, you played to the best you could. But going up to an assassination rogue with reaping flames, like that's all you can do is like you either trinket and coil and have a bit of health and maybe throw some CC after. But he cheap shots you, reaping flames, and that's it, right? Barely global available. How about Funnel Affliction times against that one rogue? Dude, that was actually fun as hell. I actually seemed to work out pretty well. I didn't even notice that was you. But Wortherus, Destructress, I guess that makes sense. I should have known by the name. You know what I mean? We're at 643, boys. We can get at least one more in here. We got ourselves Night King ready. Illustrark ready. Sav looking for more people. Bounty 5 out of 5 ready. We can get Bounty versus Boris, but we can go Illustrark versus Night King. Let's do that. Just so we can get some variety. We can get Night King versus Illustrark. Just to get variety. And Illustrark 5. That'll do it. Here we go, boys. Yo, let us fight that lock team again. Bounty's team. Yo, I'll get Bounty to fight Boris. How does that sound, boys? How does that sound? Hook point, boys! We did enough of these duels today to get hook point. You know what one map we didn't get? Blade's Edge. We did not get Blade's Edge today at all. So that's probably going to be the next map after this. Oh, Mugambala. We haven't got Mugambala. They actually randomize these things now. Sorta, kinda. Sorta, kinda randomize it. We'll see how it works. Alrighty, boys. Switch. It looks like actually we have nobody on the team ready. Oh, do you have a Frostwhelp? Like you're a DK and you have a Frostwhelp too? Oh, that's kind of cool. Just a random pet hanging out. Okay, it seems like both teams are setting up. Nobody has a 5th though. I think Team Blue might have a 5th. Is it going to be a 4v4? 4v4? Just one more? There we go. At least Team Red has 5. We got ourselves acid trips on Team Red with chill pills leading the charges of Frost, DK. We got ourselves Evil Evictus as a, I want to say, assassination rogue. We got ourselves Garen as a survival, and in the back Shura as a marksman. Maybe. Oh, Team Blue, we got ASAP Turk in the back. We got Kahos, we got Smork, and 2 Daggers going to be going up first as a sub rogue versus Evictus, dude. He's going to evict this rogue out of this arena. Evicting Oryx out of Boral since 1985. Well, hopefully Team Blue gets a 5th, by the way, so we can get a full 5v5 1v1 duel. But we are going to play it out because at least one team has 5 people. And 2 Daggers and Evictus are going to have to look for another. We can buy one another. Phantom Nice comes in with a cheap shot opener. Buy. 2 Daggers going in for big shadowy blades and everything already. Evasion coming up for Evictus. I feel like he still ate a bike to the face. It's going to be Destiny reversal back with the 2 Daggers. Joker tries to follow. Evictus no longer with a trinket though. Into a blind. The 2 Daggers got quite a lot of coolness out of him. And blinding for that Vendetta. If he's able to get a full sap off, he is going to be able to get a full sap off from the guy. So we should be in a decent spot here, boys. 2 Daggers might be able to finish this off here. Does he have another trinket? Here's the bike. Does he have the Deshigath now? Maybe. Might have it. 2 Daggers try to go for a bit of a setup onto Evictus. Cheap shot after the kidney shot. Does he have enough damage? With a blind reversing on him as Evictus gets a safeguard trinket just to keep him alive a little bit hair longer. No more Vendetta. But it's going to be turned around by the rogue. He's only fighting 4. Hopefully they'll get a 5th, but we'll see. I don't know. 2 Daggers looking like he might be able to really fight as a 2-man army here. Evasion coming out for 2 Daggers as Evictus. Kind of running low and cold. And trying to shadow step around 2 Daggers. Trying to get some damage in. Phantom Nice comes in. Probably should be fanning to get a calm points up and running. Gonna be a kidney shot by 2 Daggers from Tychondrius. And is going to be able to get a reset after Evictus. I don't know where you vanished. I guess he was expecting for somebody to run at him. It looks like Shura is going to be up next. I think it's a Marksman Hunter. A cool Tyrian Marksman Hunter, maybe. Shura, go. Shura! Shura, go! Shura is here. You backed up for a sec. Shura! Shura, you're next. There he goes. Shura is up and running. Unless it's a Beastmaster Hunter who forgot to summon a pet. Looks like it might be a mem. We'll see how well it works out. Cold Blood available already for 2 Daggers as well. He's so dead. Come on, Team Red. You guys could at least cheer him on, dude. Looks like he's going to be popping a pet. Beastmaster Hunter confirmed then. Second pet up and running. Definitely Beastmaster Hunter. What if Marksman Hunter could have 2 pets? I think that'd be kind of cool. Kidney shot or cheap shot coming out. Sure, immediately does have a set explosive trap available. Stun to fall into 2 Daggers. Doesn't have really an answer for it. That's going to be shooters. Shooter actually going for a haymaker onto 2 Daggers. That's going to be Dire Basilisk available. Does have a trap in case 2 Daggers tries to get behind the corner. It's going to be shadowy duel by 2 Daggers just to have himself an extra shadowy, I guess an extra shadow dance in a sense. Small Bomb coming in as he's trying to get away from the pets. Dark Bastard is still taking huge chomps out of him. Blind not going to last on sure as long. Still staying in combat because of all the pets. Freezing Trap reset up available. 2 Daggers is going to get set up with a Freezing Trap. I see as shadowy blades available. Still shadow blades available by the looks of it though. Sure is not looking all that good. Kidney shot to follow. Does trinket out of it. And he used to get himself like a really good setup, like a proper good setup on 2 Daggers, but looks like he's just gonna line inside and behind the pillar for quite a bit. Loading hook point stops in a row post. It sucks so much. I'm sorry about it, Daddy Dust. Let's go to Daddy Lust. Play aggressive with my rogue. People have how passive rogue. What a dilemma. I know, right? I know, right? It's gonna be kidney shot onto Shura's. 2 Daggers might even have damage. Big twisted appendage. And a TD firing off from the rogue. Either way, it's going to be down for the count. Garen trying to see if he might be able to get a dot into the rogue. I think he was able to do it. Trying to throw in a flare. Does not quite get him. It looks like 2 Daggers actually got away scot-free. Made it out like a bandit. Garen does have a pet next to the eye, but before he can pick it up, 2 Daggers is perfectly there to get a sap on the guy. Might need to get an opener as soon as he picks up the eye. Maybe a flare is going to come out right before that happens. 2 Daggers is going to back up for just a second. Flare is up and running. Does have the pet, can get the rogue out of stealth here real quick. As the pet 6 him. Maybe shadow step, cheap shot does get it. Tricky coming out for Garen immediately. Let's get a stun onto 2 Daggers. Trying to min-max the damage here, but also trying to kite him around for the most part. Getting a shot onto Garen. This is going to be DR'd. Feign death for Garen to catch a reset. That's going to be a harpoon onto 2 Daggers. He's trying to catch a bit of a reset. Evasion available, but how can he evade what he can't see? And Manning bench is available for Garen right afterwards. So Daggers needs to make sure there's an eye blade on the guy at all times. Won't be able to take off an eye blade with the mending bandages. Because it is magic damage, not nature or nothing, or bleed. It's gonna be... I think Dagger's dead, actually. Yeah. He tried to go in. He was like, you know what? I'm at a point where I really got nothing left. It's gonna be now ASAP Turk versus Garen, trying to get himself a little bit of AoE damage rolling, trying to get the hurricane winds rolling onto Garen. Big Ascendants coming out against the Survival Hunter, popping in a turtle shell. And ASAP not really looking all that good right now. Damage is available, but he can't really do much to Garen about it. Trying to see if he might be able to catch up to it. Actually just turning around and start slamming the pet. Actually does end up killing the pet. It's going to be freezing trap. Trick inside of it, interrupting Garen. That is a trinket out for the count. As long as he can get another interrupt onto the pet revive, not going to happen as he eats a steel trap. But ASAP Turk had at least so much damage. Even if you can catch up to the hunter, he obliterated the pet. Stun onto ASAP as Garen gets in. It looks like he's gonna back the hell out as soon as he gets an opportunity. While available for ASAP Turk, trying to survive this damage a little bit, as Garen just has so much range damage and capability onto ASAP. Even though he's a melee hunter, he just has so much range damage where he doesn't even need to be in melee of someone just to do good damage. It's gonna be ASAP getting hit in a freezing trap, and Garen got it. Oh, probably should have walked away a little further with those mending bandages. ASAP is going to be most likely down on cooldown. Sentence, what, 3-minute cooldown? If he's trying to sentence, that means Wolf's on 2-minute cooldown. Does land a stun into Garen. The only cooldown he essentially has that's fairly short is Bloodlust. 10 seconds of massive haste. It's slightly reduced, but still could be decent. Maybe. Maybe not. He's trying to see if he might be able to get any healing. Going for the winds, the Eye of the Storm. Is it Eye of the Storm? But the winds that are spinning around him. Every time those spin, they use a little bit of his Maelstrom. This is going to be gone in Shadowlands. But every time he spends Maelstrom, he has a chance to heal himself with Lucid. So essentially he's trying to run it to get some small pieces of heals from time to time. With that ability constantly being up and not costing really that much Maelstrom. So more chances for it to tick for a heal, which might help him be a little more survivable. Garen dropping out quite low, but ASAP is still super low. Does Garen have enough to finish him off? Does get a big old knockback onto the Shaman. ASAP might need to get up for a little bit more healing. It's going to be Ghost's up and running. It's going to be a lot of Maelstrom, but does get taken out. Was that his bike trinket or was that Garen's bike trinket? I think it might have been Garen's bike trinket. Actually, Ghost. Kahoth? I don't really know how to say your name. Getting big damage to Garen, even though he is the one getting hit with a freezing trap. Does hit it with Ruin. Does he actually have enough to finish up the Hunter? I think Garen's just out of cooldowns, man. Not all you can really do. Big old bite, Bleed's doing the work, and down he goes. Cheap shot by Acid Troops immediately into a big old Destro. Got to follow killing shot onto Kaho before he gets a wall up and running. Try to get himself a bit of his heal. But before the heals and the thorns and all that comes back, he's down for the count. Smork is going to be up next. Smork actually has 2 rogues and a DK to get through. He did do a pretty good job against the Demoniac. But we'll see how it works well against Acid Trips. As a big old bike crashes into the poor boy. Does have for himself in Rage Regeneration available trinkets out of a blind. Trying to see if he might be able to get the rogue out. He does cheap shot. That's going to be the thing from beyond. Popping in a cloak for that thing. His best spots to Stormbolt onto Acid. He does trick it out with no more evasion available. And he does get hit by a bike as Smork is actually recovering a little bit of health. Little by little. Barely any health available. But he is recovering small by bit. Actually getting the Hexagon. Pounding that rogue with big old logs. At least he's gotten 1 kill. And it looks like... Actually, no. Chilpa's the last one left. I thought Victus was still alive. But I guess it wasn't. But it's going to be Smork versus Chill Pills. I don't really know how's the warrior going to be able to win this, man. I don't even know. I really don't know. What? Oh. Oh, my. Oh, God. Oh, okay. What? Oh, okay. Well, all right. I think they're really into each other. Literally. Well, at least they have that chick's approval, right? At least they have her approval. They have her approval too? They approve. There it is, boys. I think they approve. Love in the arena. This isn't Smork. Oh! Oh, they're dressing up! Oh, okay. Alright. Well, there it is. Well, there it is. I think 4-man should be able to res. Nah. When it comes to resing, like, I don't allow resing just because I feel like it's a slippery slope. Are they just waiting for Smork to get full health? Maybe that's what they're doing. Maybe we're waiting for Smork to get full health and cooldowns, because we have 30 seconds here, boys. Maybe that's what they're waiting for. I guess we'll have to wait and see. That's the only way for health to replenish. I mean, yeah, because I guess Smork could Bloodthirst Chill Pills, but then he would have to Death Strike, but essentially just doing damage to one another to heal. It's gonna be 8 seconds before our trinkets back up. I think he's ready. Yeah, he actually has all the cooldowns back up. Chill Pills has cooldowns back up. The dampening is super high. So essentially it's gonna be like very, very healing reliance. And maybe Smork hopefully has his cloak back up by then. But it looked like that was just a bit of an intermission just to make sure they have the Honor Duel available. And Smork and Chill Pills are gonna really make it the last fight available between the Frost DK and a Fury Warrior. Looks like Smork is gonna have to trinket out of the stun immediately as Chill Pills got himself Lichborn available, got himself a lot of damage available too. With AMS available, expected for Smork to go for a lot of cooldowns. That's gonna be 2 things from beyond attacking Smork. Good thing he had a cloak available for that one. And Smork might just have to start going for lots of healing. Big bike into Chill Pills. I don't think he expected it. Smork popping in Rage Regen for opportunity for him to get a lot of stuff. Feels rolling. I don't think Chill Pills has any kind of healing suppression with the Maledict. And Smork is going to be able to recover a little bit of health. Chill Pills still hold on to Death back if he needs to. That's a lot of health still available. Does have a trinket if he wants to. He's going to Lichborn and stun to Smork. No trinket available. I think he's going to go down. Did survive the 2 things from beyond, but Chill Pills does end up taking him out. That was an interesting duel. That was a very interesting arena. Alright, boys, let's get at least one more going, yeah? At least one more. At least one more. Bounty got a group, we got a 5. Let's do it. Alright, man. I'm down. Do we have Boom by any chance? I'm actually sad we don't have Seawark here or we have Boom. But I know that Seawark's kind of stopped doing PvP. I think he's just going to do PvE for the rest of the expansion. But I was kind of hoping to still join in from time to time, you know what I mean? Yeah, I don't know what I will do, but I guess, I mean, they did it. That is stupid. Yeah, maybe they have, maybe if you could do like, yo, wouldn't it be cool if for the 5v5 1v1 DUELS we could do a setting like full reset. So like as soon as you score a kill on somebody, everybody in the arena gets all the cooldowns like returned. Like as soon as someone dies, everybody gets full health and your cooldowns come back. I guess that would be really, really busted for Destro Warlocks, because essentially you just gotta nuke down one dude and that's it. And then you just can nuke everybody else. But I think it'd be kind of cool to have that kind of setting. What's up, Suma? How you doing, fam? Hope you're having a good one. We got Boris here. We got Bounty. At least you can do Boris Bounty. Is it Sab back? I don't know if he isn't. Boris and Bounty. I'd never lose sub rogue. Probably. Isn't it fair you know who you're attacking after you get a kill? Yeah, I guess so. I just was shopping ideas, boys. Because I think it'd be so cool if we could modify these duels, right? It's like, if we could have these duels start at 20% dampener, right? Because there's a lot of games where it's just a lot of healing going for hours, it feels like. Or at least a good 10 minutes before we really start, you know, dropping a lot of our self-heals or whatever, right? So maybe if we could have at least some sort of way to modify, because it's like custom arenas. I don't know, I think that'd be kind of cool. Like fun, wacky modifiers or something. I don't have any good ideas of how we would use them now, switch, but I'm pretty sure I could come up with something, you know what I mean? We got ourselves team with, oh, I'm guessing we're going to take a look at Team Red. Bounty, we got ourselves F-Blade, we got Gelendor, we got ourselves Cred, and we also got Thesa on Team Blue. We got ourselves Demon Hunter, Swinging Interaction, Dragstore, as a BM Hunter, Kane as a Windwalker, Orcus coming back as a mage, I want to say Fire. Then we got Pedro in the back. Be out of cat from Lucy doing my man. Thank you, appreciate you. If it's already 20% damper, DK would be crushed every game, no chances. Okay, maybe not like 20, but like 15. You know, we could shop the numbers and stuff. I think it'd be cool though to have some customizability. But I say enhance will literally fall over now. Oh really? Yeah, don't stand on this row, boys. I think it still gets zapped from up here. I'm pretty sure it still gets zapped. Yeah, it's fine if you guys want to stay down below. Yeah, this arena is confusing, but treat it just like Dalaran Sewers, right? Just find like a spot where you guys can stack and you'll be good to go. Blade is gonna have to go up versus Kane. Is popping in the big overdrive damage. Don't die on me yet. Don't die on me yet, boy. Touching that's coming down. So Blade as he's surrounded by Fist of Fury from the monks. Oh no! One of your images attacking the mages of the dead. Kane, you lost a lot of that damage. Your images were attacking the wrong target, the one attacking the DK. He was actually beating up that mage. Kane is now going to be on the defensive as he's just surrounded by the pets. Twisted appendage. Karma needs to come out right now. Super low. And down he goes. I guess he was watching out for enemies. Watching out, trying to get that tentacle. Watching out for his own health. Karma would have been a really good run right there. Demon Hunter is going to be up next versus Blade. Into an immediate stun. After an I-beam. Reaping Flames to follow. And Demon Hunter gets himself some big damage going. Versus the DK. Who's trying to go for a little bit of a kite spree, man. Trying to kite this guy around a little. Probably should be popping Chain of Ice if possible. If he can. Looks like he's kind of just going to let the dots and the pet just do work. Demon Hunter can actually go and attack the pets if he wants to. Actually, no. Blade pulled the pets back for just a second. At least he's not going to let Demon Hunter... Oh, now he's attacking the pet. Now you want to pull it back maybe? Nope. Did get himself Twisted Appendage rolling up. Did break it fairly quickly though. But there was a short stun on Demon Hunter with a couple of necrotics to follow. It's going to be Lichborn up and running for Blade. Cancels Lichborn just to stay mobile, but Demon Hunter is back on his trail. Has AMS and Death Pact, and is going to go for a Death Pact right now. As long as Blade can wait out until his health stops being necrotic out, he'll be in a good spot. Demon Hunter really should capitalize on those necrotics, but the Chain of Ice are just so killer, dude. Chain of Ice are tough to deal with. Blade coming in with a big old A-bomb. I think he's trying to see if he can get an Army of the Dead rolling here. Demon Hunter dropping in darkness with a metamorphosis, stunning all those pets, getting interrupted on an I-beam to follow them. And as long as he's out of darkness, should be in quite a vulnerable position. Does a blur, and that's a lot of healing from the Army of the Dead. I mean, it's a lot of things. He's cleaving, and Leech is just insane for him right now. This man is just actually obliterating Blade. Lots of damage going into the DK. Trying to pop AMS and try to see might be able to get away from Demon Hunter. Try to hit him with a couple of necrotics and just kite him around for a moment. Try to get a pet stun before he eliminates that corruption, but he's still gonna get stunned from a distance. Just so lack of mobility for Blade. It's so hard to kite out the guy that's there to never get kited. The mobility of Demon Hunter is just nuts. Chain of Ice is essentially all you have though, but Blade not looking that healthy right now. Needs to go for a bit more kitesman. Needs more Forrest Gump, and out of that, not gonna happen as Reaping Flames ends him, and Galandor is going to be up next. Demon Hunter versus Demon Hunter. It looked like both of them got a Twisted Appendage, or at least Galandor is the one getting zapped by Twisted Appendage. Demon Hunter doing quite a bit of damage still. Actually, taking 200 bit of damage. Never mind. Galandor kind of flying circles for a second. Just like gliding and then like moving really erratically. Didn't really know what he's trying to do. But both of these boys are kind of dodging one another's blade dances, man. Nobody's taking the final hits of anything. Baigal I-beam coming out for Galandor. Does get a stun on Demon Hunter. Does get out of it with a Mally rolling. Galandor got disguise up in the air, but he got max range by Demon Hunter. Safeguard Shaker coming in clutch. And Demon Hunter used to get himself the big old I-beam and a big distance from Galandor. Does get the thing from Tentacle way up in the air. Might want to fly up in the air. That's going to be Galandor dropping out darkness. I-beam for him. Does get interrupted. Demon Hunter is still in a very, very bad spot. Might want to get the hell out of there. Could fly up in the air if he wants to. Might want to do it, honestly. He does have that as a cooldown. Just doesn't have a lot of else. Stun and Reaping Flames taking it by Galandor is going to have a little bit extra of that execute damage in the opener, because he used Reaping Flames to execute the other guy. But Orcus, I think, is going to end him before he even gets to use that ability. Imprisoned for a second. Galandor doesn't have a lot of health. Still continuing to fly. I-beam coming out. Breath to follow. And Orcus, I think, is going to have him with a big old fireball at the end. Almost has it. Barely got it. Interrupted on Scourge. Does Orcus have enough damage? Temporal coming in. Is just taking so much damage from the Demon Hunter. Having to go actually put him on ice. And it's going to get a greater Pyroblast up and running. Down goes the boy. And Orcus firing off for random TD as well. Looks like Bounty is going to be up next, trying to go for a bit of an auto duel versus Orcus. I feel like Demon Hunter might have still been alive if he maybe imprisoned Galandor out in the open, get an I-beam into a fly, and then just started fell lancing, because Galandor can't reach him anyway. Right? So while he got I-beam up and running, because flying up in the air doesn't actually activate Metamorphosis, But if you I-beam to get demonic and then fly up in the air, then you get metamorphosis with all the leech. It looks like Orc is actually going to be able to get around bounty. Shimmering away from the guy is going to land a bit of a poly on the dude with a greater power. Going to be tricky for bounty. Doesn't get a Cloak of Shadows and nothing for it. Just trinket it just so you can get some damage. Cloak of Shadows coming in very, very late against Orcus, though. Is going to get himself a Temporal up and running. Big bike into Orcus. I think while Temporal was up, actually. So I could be wrong on that one. Ring of Frost coming in for bounty. Can't really do anything about this. Does probably have a Smoke Bomb, though. Is going to drop down a Smoke Bomb. Orcus has a Meteor, just going to drop it in just to make sure it's going to be hard for Bounty to get anything out. Orcus popping in Rune of Power with big combustion, trying to see if he can just burn down Bounty right now. Does he have the damage? Should have it. Bounty lagging a little bit. Getting caught. Power Blast is still coming out. Scorches. Looks like Bounty DC'd. Orcus. I mean, I guess what else could you do, right? The guy DC'd. It's a little bit sad. Alright, who's up next? It's going to be either Cred or Thazer. It looks like it is going to be Cred. I don't know why you're low on health already. Did you try jumping up there and just get zapped or something? He's starting kind of low on health, but at least Orcus is going to be nice enough to give him full poly. Flying up in the air, trying to get that air superiority over Orcus. You're just going to try to see if he can hide for cover and get himself a bit of a shield. Greater Pyro trying to come out. Is he going to be able to do it? Nope. Cred is actually going to back up. Did not feel confident enough to charge at Orcus. Maybe see if he can snipe that interrupt. But backs up instead. Lag? I'm sorry about that, my man. That's never fun. That is never, ever fun. In DCFFS, I'm sorry about it, dude. That was very unfortunate. I was thinking for a second, like, what's going on? Because he cloaked late, and I was like... interesting choice, but then it's like probably because of lag. It's going to be a big old Greater Pyro intro freeze. I think Red is not going to be able to eat the full damage of the G-Pie, and it looks like Orcus with those one shimmer left over couldn't quite get the G-Pie to line up properly. But what you're willing to do is G-Pie, and then you want to freeze as soon as the G-Pie connects, essentially, right? So you want somebody in poly, get a hit by a G-Pie, then intro freeze immediately. So lining up and timing it is key. So depending how far you're away or how close you are to somebody, you'll stagger a little bit your Ring of Frost. But I guess I'll just have to, next time, try to see if we might have to wait, unless he gets a proper distance. Cred flying up in the air, dropping down more lances from above. Greater Pyroblast is going to meet him as he lands, though. That's not going to feel that good. Cred dropping down super low combustion available for Orcus. Big Pyroblast coming out. It's going to be Scorch available to follow. Does drop down Darkness. He's relying on Darkness, hoping Darkness keeps him alive. Doesn't matter at Orcus. He blinks around him and down he goes. That's going to be Thaza up next on Orcus as he got Maledict rolling. It's going to be Icebug for Orcus. Thaza not really looking like he wants to back out. Has a mark for the ready. Wants to go for a setup. Orc racial ready. Orcus is fine just sitting instead. Icebug for the whole time. It's going to be Polymorph. There's a Trinket out of that a little early. And Orcus might be able to get himself a good setup here. No more Trinket for the Rogue. Does he get the Ring of Frost properly here? He does get it properly. Maybe a second grader? He does not have the second grader. What? He froze himself twice. Huh? Well, I guess you know with him. I've never seen that interaction before. You froze him twice. Is that because you know with him? What? That's going to be Thaza, still staying on top of Orcus. Has Cauterize available, but no Ice Blocks. More bone coming out for Thaza as he was able to duck out away from the Meteor. Trying to get the dots rolling into Orcus as he's trying to scorch this Rogue down. No Cloak available. And Thaza might just have Orcus down for the count. Vendetta burning. Dots are there. Trying to see if he might be able to catch up on a bit of food. Orcus gets himself maybe a shield or two. Does he have it? He does not for a while. No Trinket available for a bit. And it's Thaza's game to lose. Orcus staying proactive, picking up the eye immediately. Doesn't actually pick up the eye. What is going on? Keep running. Keep running to the other eye. You might be able to get it. He is so close to Shadow Stepping you. Oh, he wants to Shadow Step you so bad. Picked up the eye this time. Sees the Rogue. Fire blasting him right now. Maybe blink away. Cheap shot coming out by Thaza. I think he might have him here. Get a shot to follow. Not all you can really do with a Mic for Death. Into an Envenom, not a lot can be done. Pedra is going to take advantage of the opportunity while Thaza is here. Evasion coming up before the big bite comes in. Pedra just popping in Thorns and Wall and everything. Worst up available for a second. Just trying to get a one last bite into Thaza. Blind to follow does try to trigger the blind at the very last second. If Thaza had an advantage there, he might have been able to stop him. Trying to see if he actually get around the Rogue. What? Pedra just backed up. He was on a Rogue's trail and then just backed up. What? Huh? That's gonna be Thesa actually catching himself a resell. Gonna be a swipe by Pedro. Could have gotten the rogue out. Thesa's not out of the fight, man. He has a trinket back up. He has vanish soon. This is gonna be an opener by Pedro. Thesa is gonna trinket into a killer shot onto Pedro. Might be able to just kite him around. Is gonna go for a vanish with the Sipic up. As we hit the 10-minute mark, 33% dampening. Thesa's not out of the fight, man. He still can go for a lot of healing. He's trying to stay as mobile as possible. Pedro is gonna get a Moonfire on the guy at worst. Thesa just needs a lot of self-heals, man. And also needs to make sure Pedro does not catch a full restealth. So Phantom Knives needs to be happening. Needs to throw a knife at him or something. While he's out of stealth. He's just gonna play a stealth game. I guess it's better than nothing. You might as well gamble. Because he gets opened up by Pedro, I think it's over. But you might as well play the gamble, because it's a 50-50 who finds who. And Thesa can also just camp the eye too. And Pedro, I think, is kind of starting to mosey over to the eye. Nope, not trying to mosey over to the eye. Thesa knows that this eye right here is his either going to be his victory or his end. He knows it for sure. Pedro haven't even thought about it. He was near the eye, but he never thought about it, picking it up. Is the other eye up? No, it's not. He's still trying to find him, see if we can see him. Isn't birthday, guys? Happy birthday, Ante. I guess we got us a stealth game, boys. A little bit of a stealth game. Popping in a bear from trying to get Thesa out in the open. Thesa picking up eye, I guess, just to make sure Pedro doesn't get an eye. I mean, not the worst move ever. It is interesting, though, so you will see where the Feral is at and if he's approaching. And as long as he can catch a stealth before Pedro gets him, he'll be in a good spot. Moon fires him out just to keep him in combat. That's actually going to put Thesa back. Also, what are these procs of Azeroth from a Moonfire? Thesa just took like, what, 5% of his health damage-wise? Just from procs? Insane. Picking up the eyes, maybe Phantom Knights as the CME sees Pedro. Does not get to deny the opener. Does have evasion back up and everything. Might be able to get something going here. Kidney shot onto Pedro with a Vendetta to follow. Pedro not popping in a trinket here. Has wall renewal and everything. Smoke bomb coded for Thesa. Not really sure if you needed to waste a global for a smoke bomb. But it's going to be Thorns up and running for Pedro. Thesa could collect the shadows. Oh, okay. Go Reaping Flames at the end there. Orcus with 3 kills? What? I didn't even realize Orcus had 3 kills. Well, there it is, boys. Alrighty, let's get another one going, boys. Seavark, my man, where you been? Journey right now. That's why I'm not doing the duels today. They're guaranteed in the finals. Me right now on body, so maybe next week I'll play. That's why I'm not doing those guarantees. We got a guaranteed WoW token at the moment, but we are going for first. We are undefeated as sub Arcane. I'm so happy. Hell yeah, dude. Yeah, have fun with it, Seavark. Yeah, have fun with that, man. Maybe somebody maybe you're streaming him and somebody will make some clips or something. Maybe that's somebody can watch at some point. That's awesome, man. Headed to War Games now / invite spectator match. Alright, boys, let's get at least one more going. Do we have Boom? Do we have anybody else here? Let's make some new groups, boys. Boys, let's do this. Let's make some new groups, boys. If you have a group right now, make some groups. Someone is streaming right now? Yeah, really? On Twitch? Wait, can I watch them real quick? Just to see you guys play? I'm trying to see if somebody is streaming them. Still playing PvP, but no one's really... $2v2 tournament. Twitch, what's going on with all your views? The views used to be like chronological, like the highest view to lowest view. Recommended for you? No, let's go high views to lowest views. I like the recommended for you thing, but yeah. I can't see him anywhere. I'm looking for the title. Something has to do with like a tourney. There's a marathon stream, but it doesn't look like a tourney. Forbidden carry to be carrying, really? No, we're back right now, so we're waiting. Oh, okay. This is like really low down. Let's see another guy doing 2v2, another day, another feed. 2v2s, just playing 2v2s is Ellie. 2v2 tournament. Wait, is that it? With RT? English extension enhanced arena? Is that him? Let's see 2v2 tournament with 44 viewers. Let me see if I can find the clip with use guys. Hold on. Try to see if I can find the clip with use guys. Or maybe this guy's participating in the tourney? Oh no, now they're watching. Now they're spectating. Oh my god, I'm having to skip through so much. Oh, there we go. There's Seavark. There it is. There's Seavark and... Wait, okay, let's back up. Let's back up. Hold on. Hold up. Okay, there's two monks, right? Okay, looks like they're loading in. Oh my god, dude. I keep fucking trying to... Go next. There we go. Body count and Seavark. You guys got a polymorph and a Windwalker. Getting a shot on the healer. Trying to see if you can dumpster him down. Big damage. Safeguard trinket comes in at the last second. Eviscerates. Oh, down the boy goes. Man, that was actually really good. Wait, do you guys get another one? You guys have to fight him like 3 times in a row or something? Sorry for that, boys. No, and then just skips you guys all together. Did I miss it? Looks like I missed it. It's not a huge journey. I still want to see parts. Hello? Did it just skip you guys? There you go. Are you guys just fighting each other once? Shadow Blade's available. Getting a shot onto the healer into a freezing trap with the body count. Not looking all that good. The Hunter's still taking a pretty big D damage right now. Safeguard Trinket comes in. Popping in Safeguard for himself. Still Shadow Blade's available for body count. Trinket's blind onto the healer. Trinket's out of it. It's going to be cheap shot by body count onto Larden. Big damage. Turtle Shell comes in at the last second. Do you guys have anything to help him as the priest struggles to recover? Getting interrupted on the cast. Not really sure what he's locked out on. Seavark is actually taking quite a bit of damage, but being arcane, actually surviving for quite a bit. Man, they got this camera on swivel. That's so difficult to see. Did you get add-ons by this? Ice Block comes in. His body, Seavark actually not looking all that good. Big bike onto Larton, but it's going to be body count frozen. Seavark, do you survive? Live, Seavark, live! You can't die now, Seavark. Polymorph for the healer. Larton needs to get him with a stun. Stun him, body count now. Seavark goes down. Wait, can it finish? Can it solo? Maybe? Possibly? Casting Shadow Mans, trying to get him up and running. Mind control, no! Well, he tried. He tried, boys. Alright. Do we have more groups or are we done? Before that one after? Do you have more groups, boys, or are we done skip for the time? Last that one won the other two. That's still pretty cool. That's still pretty cool. That was fun to watch. Alrighty. Do we have more groups, boys, or not? Can we make a fresh new group? Fresh newest people, especially those with the name SOUL, Soul, maybe, possibly. What are you thinking, boys? What are we thinking? Seavark did better today and DC in the last match. Oh, dude, he did really good. Actually, really good. Seavark, you missed the cheese, dude. You missed the biggest cheese of all cheese, dude. The biggest Swiss cheese I've ever seen. It was awesome. The first game we lost because I didn't have focus polybound, but we be one-shotting people though. Was a cheese. Yo, you gotta catch the video, dude. You gotta watch the video. It'll probably be the next one on YouTube. I can't spoil it. You gotta see it. It's actually so fun. You're not gonna be surprised that much, but how effective it was, you'll find entertaining. That's for sure. Which expansion is the most fun in PvP in your opinion, guys? Which expansion is the most fun? I'd say Battle for Azeroth has been pretty fun for me, but I've had friends to play PvP with. I remember back in MoP, I enjoyed it a lot while RBGs and I had people to play with, but then when those dudes quit, it wasn't as fun. I think I had a lot of fun in Legion until, like, I didn't have anyone to play with. Because, you know, friends started quitting after a while. And it's just like, okay, not a lot I can really do about it. Mop was pretty cool. Mop was a lot of fun. That was my first time I hit 2K, but I was really terrible at the game. I have to say be a fake, just because I've had actual friends that I've been able to play and do stuff with. I'm gonna head to Attorney. Stream Attorney, I wanted to let you know. Alright, man, sounds good. Because Blizzard told me you were wondering where I was. Peace. Alright, man, sounds good. Good luck out there, boys. Win it. You guys gotta win it, man. Gotta be number one, dude. What are you feeling about Benjamin 100 Challenge so far? I haven't tried any tanks in dungeons, so I want to try tanks in dungeons. I think that'd be kind of cool. I'm really bad at tanks, but it could be fun. Hit the scaling thing, man, in Legion, you mean? Or, yeah, Legion. I think scaling in Legion was fine. They just needed to update honor towns for people. Kata PvP was fun. You could legit play a range red build. Yo, Kata, I had a bit of fun in PvP in Kata as a boomkin. Not gonna lie, I had a lot of fun. I had a bit of fun. I wasn't good. Never was good. 1600 threes and max. But it was so bad, dude. I was clicking my abilities and shit. I was really bad, boys. Everybody were at some point, right? But that was my first time playing WoW. It was back in Kata. And I remember playing Boomkin. I still remember to this day the playstyle for Boomies, where you would cycle into the enemy, drop 3 mushrooms under them, Star Surge to make sure it connects as they're coming out of Cyclone, and proc the mushrooms at the same time. And then those, and you pop it on your trinket too. So then all together, this combination of just burst damage, most people didn't know how to answer it. Because you were Cyclone, right? Unless you bubbled or something, or trinket out of Cyclone, like that's it. You're CC'd. And if you hit him just right, you can do enough damage to kill him and just burst people down. It was so hard to do that to rogues though, because rogues are fucking POSs with Cloak of Shadows at the time. I was like, oh my god. I could beat bad rogues, that's all you could do back then. But then rogues are pretty busted back in Kata too. I like TBC mostly. I didn't play back in TBC. It was very fun. Every class was different, but I'm not sure. Not everyone could heal themselves so crazy like nowadays. I guess so. But do you think Arcane Mage could be as good as Wrath of Lich King again? I didn't play it back in Wrath, so I have no idea. But Arcane and Mages are looking really good in PvE, at least in Shadowlands. So maybe they will bring back a lot of the abilities, man. A lot of abilities being brought back, at least base abilities. Do you have another one, boys, or are we Dunsky? I'm getting a feel like we're Dunsky for the night. I wanted to have a special guest maybe pop in, but I don't think it's going to happen. Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen. But it's okay. Maybe another week or something. I was trying to see if I can get this guy Soulscape. If you watch World PvP YouTube videos, he's should on Twitch. I was like, yo, you should pop in, because he apparently did a duel thing. I think against Boom or Lucra maybe, in Lords of Lordron, and all he remembers being feral. I remember getting blasted by the Tyrant, and then he was like, I'm gonna pick up Demonology Warlock since that day. And I think this is the only time he played, which was a while ago. It was a while ago. So I was like, you should pop in. But your raids 2 days a week, and raids in like afternoon, right? So like Saturday afternoon is like a good time for him to raid. But yeah, I needed 5.0 enhancement or 3.3 enhancement. I didn't play back at 3.3. But enhancement looking pretty interesting, Panda, for Shadowlands. I think there's even more done for enhancement shaman to get me interested. Yeah, no, I have my I don't know what you would want done for enhancement, but I definitely have like my own thoughts. I feel like I like where they're going with Shadowlands, like bringing it back to the cooldowns rather than Maelstrom, but I think they need to do a bit different on talents, right? I feel like they need to maybe bring back more passive talents that just alter your gameplay in slight ways, because you're already pretty busy on abilities. And they need to bring back talents and playstyles that Enhance used to have back in it, like a ability to spread flame shocks with lava lash or something. I think would be really cool for a cleave playstyle. Do you have a favorite PvP for Shadowlands so far? Do you have a favorite for PvP, like for class? I mean, I'm always gonna play my rogue. That's not gonna stop. You know what I mean? Solo skip is great. Watch the world PvP, TBH. Your personalities will probably be great laps together. I mean, I saw him in Arathi, actually, and then I popped into the stream and he was being canned by people. So I was like, oh. Well, shit. So then I sapped him when he was like mounted, but on the ground. I sapped him, came out of cell, this last dance. He thought I was another dude. I put him in the stream. He thought I was a guy named Brill, and I was like, who's Brill? I was like, wait, was that you? I was like, yeah. And I just hung out in stream for quite a bit. Just watched him World PvP while I worked on videos and stuff. Really chill dude. I really like his World PvP videos, just because not a lot of people really go in hambo with World PvP. And plus he plays like weird specs like survival, not survival, marksman hunter, demon warlock. Picked up outlaw and watched his recent outlaw thing. I was like, that's fun. It looks cool. You know, I like it down and coming to this goes like Chris, looking forward to casting Blizz. Yeah, dude, I would love to cast a BlizzCon someday, dude. You know what I mean? Then I would feel like I made it. You know what I mean? Blizzard knows who I am. Out of the table. I'd love it, dude. I don't know. I think I have only top tier PvPers casting though, but I think it'd be fucking fun, honestly. If they don't get rid of GCD, I'm gonna spend 5 seconds popping MCD, and some of the only builders go back. It's gonna be hell. Looks like they won't fix it. Well, I think if they are not getting rid of GCD, they need to change abilities to play better with GCD. You know what I mean? If they want GCD to stay as it is, they need to do a better job of removing certain abilities, taking them off GCD. If they are gonna keep the GCD for certain few abilities. Oh, they gotta reimagine those abilities, like Ascendance, right? When you rest a Shaman, you pop Ascendance. It's just like, pop Ascendance, let me get into my big healing form. Now I can do the big heals. So what it did is it tied a heal, a big burst of heal, when you pop into Ascendance, which feels a lot better to press. It doesn't feel like, let me pop my cooldown so I can do more damage. Or if you are gonna have those cooldowns, was like, let me pop this button, that'll let me do an absorbent amount of damage. That damage should be high. If you actually have to pop a cooldown where you do nothing, but then the subsequent damage, just to activate like a buff, like an Archimage, they have to pop Arcane Power just to get the cooldown. But if they have to have a cooldown that's in that style, your damage should be busting good. You should be able to bust out big damage. I will made for brother. Yeah. What time is it by you? Is 7:27 right now, boys. 7:27 p.m. Do you think they'll change Survival Hunter? I think Survival Hunter has a lot of potential with talents alone. So there's a lot of talents that were just trash, and you had some really weird playstyles that people didn't like because of certain traits and essences. I think there's still a lot of potential. I think Blizzard decided, you know what, we have a base, we have a good base. They like what they had with the base, but it's just in BFA, the spec, because of traits and talent and essences, veered off into a weird direction where only one talent never was good. There's 2 other talents that actually sound like a cool idea that were just never really that good damage-wise. So Blizzard could just buff those. I think it'll be in a good spot. Alright, boys, we're gonna call it here. I'm not seeing any pop-ups in Real ID, so we're gonna call it here on... Boys, 7:27. I gotta go get some food. Maybe another time we can get your boy Soul into one of these. That'd be super fun, but it's gonna be tough with the raiding schedule. But yeah, thank you guys so much for coming by though. Appreciate you guys so much for watching. I'm looking through all the Discord stuff real quick. You guys are fucking beautiful, boys. I think you'll need to be on Blizzard Cast. Well deserved. Taught me so much about rogues that are funny. Again, they'll probably just get people that are like higher rated PvPers that have like, they'll look good on camera maybe, but I don't know. I'd love it. I'd love it. I don't think, again, I don't really, even though I have the alpha, which I don't think I got it because Blizzard knows who I am. I really don't think Blizzard knows who I am. At least it doesn't feel like that to me. How's that looking, Shadowlands? I like it personally, young, but I will make a full video describing the in-depth playstyle on Sub, Assassin, Outlaw. Food time? It is food time. Your Daka's Biscuit. Huge Samson, Max. Oh my god, a triple spite. Oh no, it's gonna take a lot of. Oh, that was nutty. Dude, I mean, oh man. I mean, it's gotta be entertaining, right? I mean, what they do, they try to commentate exactly what's going on and try to use like. Not colorful language, but like pretty words, like a CSGO casting, right? They're not gonna be like, he's aiming at him, he's shooting, miss, shoot, miss, shoot, miss. They're not gonna commentate exactly like play by play, but it's like it gotta be entertaining, right? They gotta be exciting. It's like the commentator, like you gotta be able to close your eyes and the commentator needs to be able to paint you the picture. And for like CSGO streams or League of Legends, like when there's a commentator with like a very specific style, like a very interesting choice of words, it's great. I guess I gotta go watch the recent WoW, next few WoW tournaments to see if they're able to do that. Well, that's what essentially I try to do. I don't know. I just think it would be super fun, honestly. Anyone coming back? Honestly, I mean, it's kind of coming back with Size and Ice, but not really. You get Kindershot back, but yeah, I don't know. I personally would want Combat back because it's kind of boring compared to Outlaw. You don't have as many cool mechanics. There's still PvP? Yeah, I actually did some PvP with Tickle. Your flow switch is crazy. That's a superpower. I guess there is. I guess that would be a good way to describe it. The flow switch. But anyway, boys, thanks so much for coming by. You guys are fucking beautiful. Thank you so much for watching. We'll do duels next week. You guys have yourselves a good one, and I'll see you boys next stream. Peace.